So Amazon Big Prime Deal days are here, and let's get started. Sorry for no heads up on this. I will try to do more streams as they become available. Do more streams as they become available. All right. Now, if anybody's got any questions during this, okay, so does anybody have any questions on what the Amazon Big Prime Deal days are? I'm kind of doing a question and answer if anybody wants to join. I'm going to be showing you what my picks are. So right now, the MOVA P10. Let's check. So the MOVA P10, okay, good. It's still $449. When's delivery? October 9th. That's 2 days. So we're still good to go on the MOVA P10 Pro. This was just my favorite robot vacuum cleaner. I've got it right here. I have a video that was kind of quick and to the point on my list. This is going to be a live stream, kind of a question and answer for everybody. So if there's any questions you got, I'm watching the chat right now, and you can ask me any questions you want. I'll try to answer as quick as I can. But this is the MOVA P10 Pro. This is my vacuum cleaner 2025 of the year. Hey, what's up? Carrot, how's it going? Thanks for joining. I do appreciate it. You got any questions or anything? Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. I love what I do. But no, MOVA P10 Pro. I'm working on some new labels that we're going to come up with. I really haven't quite figured that out yet. It's a lot harder than you think. I've got my logo, but I want to come up with some kind of approved. But the MOVA P10 Pro is still my favorite. The mop rollers, they're so-so. I've been sending a lot of those back. So any questions you've got, I've got this board here. We can look at products together. This is the MOVA P10 Pro. The P50 is right next to it. It's $700 and it's still available. I'm surprised that both the Dreame and the MOVA are on sale at the same time. MOVA L40. These things are almost identical. And they're both still readily available. So the MOVA and the Dreame L40, $449. That's just, I don't know if we'll see it below that ever again. $449 and only shipping in 2 days. So you're good to go. The best vacuum to use, that's going to be the Shark. Shark powered, not their robot. This one's pretty good. If money's no object, MOVA V50. I really do want to like the Dreame Aqua 10, but mine had a problem. Hopefully I'm going to get a new one. I had to send this one back. Here's the best upright the best upright vacuum cleaner is the Shark Power Detect. It's purple. It just works very well. It's got sensing in it and everything. So, Dave of All Trades, hello. Nathan, hello. Carrot's here still. What's up? So again, any questions you got? I'm here. This is kind of a question and answer. Prime big deal days are going on. We've got to take advantage of these sales. Mova V50, $100. I don't know, 1,000 is a normal sale, right? Yeah, the V50 normally is 1,000, and you get those extra parts. It's called the Mova V50 Complete, and it comes with the mop roller. I'm sorry, with the extra mop pads and the extra canister or the extra dustbin filters and everything. So that's just a really good deal. Shark right now. It should be here by 2. Oh, okay. I'm buying the Shark. Okay, awesome. You're gonna love it. I love it. Nothing picks up like it, and you're gonna love the auto detect on it. It'll tell you it senses when it's detecting, and it's just really cool. V50 is one of the goes. So yeah, if there's any questions you got, Shark's got some really good sales on a lot of robot vacuum cleaners, or a lot of vacuum. I don't consider Shark to be a good robot vacuum cleaner, but they do have the best upright vacuum cleaners. That white Shark A, I am glad to see that for $250. It's very, very basic. There's the Shark Pro. Yeah, that one's not as good. There's the Shark AI. I do have that rotator. Now this is the best cordless. I have this cordless vacuum cleaner right now, the Shark Power Detect Pet Plus. They have a auto and they have an essential. $30 more for the purple one, but that's a really good deal. That's a really good deal. Okay. All right. Got some questions coming in. Okay. Thank you for your videos. Decided on the book. Okay, good. I'm in by the way, make a vacuum with rock. That's funny. Hello there, overboard. Thanks, Carrot. Nurse Dave's Shaving World. That's a funny name. I'll have to check that out. So yeah, I'm just sitting here. Today I made that. I have a really condensed video on this list that I came up with. I got here at 6 o'clock this morning and just kind of researched real quick. And so I came up with a list. I got the baseball cards that I'm coming up with. And so that video's been released. So you can search Just a Dad Prime Big Deal Days. It's about a 45-minute long video, but it kind of goes through what the best deals are. It's basically the Mova P10 Pro. It's so hard to beat. Thank you, Tiger on Wheels. You're welcome. I got the Dreame for you. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. My sister just got that. And she got it probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I was visiting her this last week on our way. She lives in Atlanta, on our way to South Carolina to move my daughter. And the box was sitting over there. I'm like, ooh, you need to open that to make sure it works, because that 30-day return policy is just so much better when you can return it within that 30 days if it's not working. So can I have, I'm sorry, no, I got to keep those. Those are really important. Lots of videos to make on them. So I do appreciate it. I've seen a manufacturer at Expo that laundry machine station. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. That would be a great place for it, because you've got water and drain in your laundry room. So yeah, that's going to be I've had somebody else mention that to me, that they were going to design something, kind of homemade, I think. But boy, if a manufacturer come out with something, maybe that you lifted up your washing machine and it fit underneath, that'd be kind of cool. Hello, picked up all right, you got the P10 online Oka stuff. You picked up the P10. Awesome. You're going to love it. Oh, now the best piece of advice I can give you is open it up as soon as you get it. Don't let the box, I know that's a thing. I've done it myself. I buy a complicated thing or an expensive something. I just keep it in the box, open it up, make sure it's working, make sure nothing's broke on it so you can send it back right away in that 30 days. E25. Okay, this is a good question. Okay, different Defender 99. So that's a good question. I don't like the E28. It's too big and bulky with that spot cleaner. There's You can spend $100 on a Bissell and get just as good a spot cleaner. So the E25, I'm on my second unit. It had problems from the get go. They did an update. I think they tuned down the water so it's not using as much water, so it doesn't leak as much water. It it had such potential in my opinion. I just can't recommend it that well. Thank you. I got the P10 Pro Ultra. All right. Well, Carrot, you're not doing very good. Can I use any floor cleaner in it? Yes. So the P10 Pro, I put it in the clean water tank, and I use the Shark RoboVac. It's a solution here. We'll look. It's called the Shark. Shark Vac Mop. That's what it's called. Well, I like the Shark Hydrovac solution also. These smell really good. So there's that one. There's the Shark. I don't like this one as much. There's the multi-surface cleaner. Yeah, that one smells really good. The Shark Vac Mop, and you can put quite a bit in there. It just works really good. Okay. Oh yeah, messages are coming in. Awesome. I'm glad everybody's joining. You know, the P10 and the L40, I think they're the exact same robots. I've had more time on the P10 Pro, and it's hard to really choose. Well, hold on a second. Carrot is not playing along very well. I've got to do something here. Okay, sorry about that. Somebody wasn't doing very well in the chat. So if I start to do more of these, um, I may need some moderators in the chat. Obviously, somebody was not doing very well. So now that we've got that out of there. Okay, so Overboard says, I had my MovaV during some weird stuff. Grab mop pads. So I've seen that a couple times with the Mova V50. It may not be the same thing you had, but sometimes sometimes I think it has to do with the carpet. So you know how when your robot goes and vacuums your house, sometimes it'll say at the end of the job, "Oh, I found a carpeted section. Let's," and sometimes you'll hit OK and it'll add a carpeted section to the map. I've found that sometimes it adds it and then it tells each piece of carpet you can do individually. Like sometimes it'll avoid, sometimes it'll go around that certain types of carpet. So sometimes adding carpet on your own or when it wants to add a piece of carpet, I've found that can be a problem. Biggest thing is remap your house. I have found that works the best. Can I? Oh yeah, Bono. I like the Bono. I've tried that. That works really good too. Yeah, it's not as concentrated. You want to really stay away from the really concentrated cleaners, and you'll know you're doing something wrong when they start sudsing. Um, I've put so much in before, you'll start getting bubbles out the side here, and so then you just back it off a little bit. You know, I'm not sure. They have these onboard tanks, and they just don't tell us enough information about these. Um, it would be nice if we could put this in here, but I don't know if this gets added to the inside of the robot or not. I think it does. I know it cleans the mop pads, but they don't tell us a lot of information about this stuff. I'm almost tempted to put a dye in that and see where it ends up. But can you recommend T50 Pro Max, Dreame L40, T50? I've had the T50. I didn't necessarily like it. The Dreame L40 Ultra AE. So Dreame came out with a new section, new Dreams. I forget the AE. Okay, you're gonna get the tri-cut brush with it. So it's a single brush roller, 19,000 pascals of suction. The mop pad swings, so it's a good one. The side brush isn't going to swing. You don't get dirt detect. So it does have a camera on the front. So holy cow, we are live. I know, Kurt. I'm just trying something new. You got to play around with stuff. I've done a lot of videos, and I know live is, it's more interactive, and I can help people more. So I may do more of these. We'll see. They're fun. I mean, it's as easy. Love the channel. Thank you, Oka Stuff. I hope. Tiger on the wheels. Mova P10 8.0. Yeah, the original P10, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's just, yeah, the P10 Pro I like better. Pull the trigger on the S5A. Good for LVP and tile. S5A. Yes, yes, yes. I've had that at my house. I have both. I have vinyl and LVP. It does great. Yeah, I just because it's got dirt detection. That's a really good robot, and it does a great job on carpet because of the. Here it is, right here. Because of this brush roller, the side brush extends into the corner. This extends. No, this is a great robot. I'm sorry, was that the S5? These names are. I do this for a living, and even they're tricky. I'm sorry, S5A. Yeah, that's right. The S5V is the cheaper one. It does okay, but S5V's the Edge S5E does a better job. They got to come up with some different names. Oh no, that's fine. Okay, you can attach it to the Reddit page. So many people. Yeah, lots of questions. I did the baseball cards. Check out. I have a video that's 45 minutes long where I show you my new baseball cards. I show you how I came up with this list. Just a condensed list. There's a lot of robots on sale, but that gets too overwhelming. And these are just the best ones that are on sale. And then I even put check marks like that's just the ones I would buy. Yeah, I think putting it better to worse by brand name might be full. Thank you. Putting a better to worse, yeah, that's probably a good idea. 350. We'll buy the Dreame L10S. That's my mother-in-law has it. So Gloria digs. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That thing, this Dreame L10S, it's right here. I had to buy another one because I gave this. I thought they were going to discontinue this, so it was old. So I gave it to my mother-in-law because I just wanted her to try it out, and see if it's going to be something. She loves it. She does the maintenance on it. This is $300 now, and it's got a station that washes and dries the mop pads and everything. It's not as advanced as the Mova P10 Pro, but for $300, this is pretty cool. I can't believe that price point, and they're still making it, and it blows my mind, that price point. How good is the Roborock QV35A? That's Roborock came out with this whole new line, this whole new QV series. It didn't make my list. Let's take a look here. They've really taken a lot of stuff out of it. I don't know how else to say that. Is that what you want to know? The QV35A? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's $400. It does cold water mop washing. Cold air dries the mop pads. It doesn't have a mop pad that extends. The side brush doesn't extend. It doesn't have the split brush dual roller. I mean, it does have a carpet sensor. It can raise and lower the mop pads. It has an internal water tank. You get the Roborock app. So while they give you a lot of good stuff, they took a lot of stuff away from it. But it is $400 and it is a Roborock. I do think Roborock makes great robot vacuum cleaners. That seems like a quality product. They just took out a lot of features with that one. Hope that helps. Yeah. How about the Dreame Aqua 10? Oh, so I wanted to love the Dreame Aqua 10. It did a really good job and it was pretty cool to watch. And I was doing a big video, the Mova Z60 against the Aqua 10. I lifted up the Aqua 10 and there was water underneath the base station. And I thought, did I do something? I thought it was my fault. It was quite a bit of water actually. I went ahead and put it in the video. I'm glad I did because several people left comments saying mine's doing the same thing. I'm like, and even some people were saying, yeah, Dreame knows about this. In the early testing, they found this. And I'm like, that's disappointing that they would ship this robot out that leaks water in the base station. I don't think a software update could fix it. So I sent mine back. I don't know what batch it is. I want to get a new one. Those are all Gen 1. There's all these mop rollers that came out. I'm not recommending any of them. The Narwhal Flow, the Mova Z60, or the Aqua 10. I'm not recommending any of them. They're just Gen 1. They've all got issues. The Aqua 10 had the least amount of issues, but it leaked. So you're welcome. Dave, okay, did you ever do testing on the generic mop pads? I did testing on the generic mop pads. And while I wanted to like them, I did find something, they're Velcro. So I didn't find this out till later in my testing, but I do like the OEM for mop pads. It had a lot to do with the Velcro. Um, it didn't seem like they stuck as well. And one of them kind of curled one time, and that might have been my fault. Not, I've learned now that when you put these on, you got to really engage that Velcro. Um, I do feel like the OEM ones are a little bit better, but you can save some money with those with the generic ones. And again, maybe engage that Velcro a little bit more. I did have a little issue. Cheers. Hey, Joe. Hey, robot. Oh, yeah, robot. So I dove into those a little bit. I did one last year. Okay. I see how this is going to be the future. There will be, and but they're using little bitty blades. And it's like the one I tested, it just couldn't do hardly anything. So, and then I'm looking at the new ones coming out. Well, they've got these little bitty blades, but they've got like 6 of them. I'm like, well, yeah, but who's going to go down there and take out these little bitty blades to sharpen? And so I'm going to let that develop a little bit more, but we'll see. I do think because the technology's there. Do you ever do testing on the Z70 picking up stuff? Okay, under tables. Oh, it struggles under tables. I have a couple videos of it getting its like, excuse me, it would pick something up and it would start to travel. And if the table's low enough, it would run into it and jam. So, and it doesn't pick anything up under it. The Roborock Z70 does a great job of cleaning. It's a good robot, but that arm is Gen 1. All you see on the internet is hyped. People just showing you the wins. And a lot of times people are just controlling it remotely. I had some wins, and it's pretty cool to come home after work and see a couple shoes moved, but it picks up stuff maybe 10% of the time. It's just a lot of hype, but I'm glad to see them do it. You need to start somewhere. So, and if I wish the software would be updated maybe a little bit more on that, but it doesn't have as good as battery life because you can tell they had to kind of pack everything in there. Picking up stuff. Yep. So yeah, the Roborock Z70, just I wanted to love it. And it is on sale, but that's still too much. I bought it when it was 2000. Oof. Yeah, 1400. You know, it looks cool. It just does not. It just does not work like they say. It has potential. Okay, Ethan. Thanks, Dave Altrades. You're welcome. Ethan, I had the Dreame Aqua 10 roller and it was bad in my opinion. Dustbin was so small. Yeah. Thankfully, though, the dustbin emptied out the bottom. Well, sort of out the bottom. The Mova Z60 has the same dustbin, but it empties out the side and has a corner. So the stuff can't be taken out of it. I don't know. I know why yeah, this is kind of a proven design. This works. Like it's the fewer the corners and everything it has to do, the better it auto empties. I don't like dustbins that empty out the bottom because if something gets trapped, I've seen this in the Eufy. If something gets stuck in that little spring door, if something gets stuck in there and if it's on the bottom, well, then it's just open and it's leaking stuff as it's vacuuming your house. At least when it's on the side, it's not leaking out around. So I don't like those ones that empty out the bottom. Yeah, any other questions? I'm here. It's kind of a question and answer. We're not going to see these. I mean, I don't know when we're going to see some of these. Well, we'll probably see them Cyber Monday and Thanksgiving. I'm still shocked that Dreame L10S is $300. And that thing's been going on sale random times, even before the big Prime deal days. And what was pretty funny, is I erased this list because in July they had a big event. These prices haven't changed a whole lot. I mean, you can tell Roborock's kind of in love with the S5V, and and Mova's in love with a couple that they like to put on sale. The Mova E40 was a new one that came out. I'm glad to see they lowered the price on that. I think it was at $500, I think, or something, but they've just removed a lot of stuff. So for $379, it's okay. You're going to lose some features. I think it's hot water. You don't get hot water. You don't get the side brush extended things. Hey, Dan. All right. This is live. I'm going to start doing more of these. They're fun. It's just a way to connect. And I really do appreciate everybody's support. I feel like I want to give back more in these prime. You can ask me any questions you want on anything. I do review lots of other products, lots of other vacuums. There's just such great deals right now. I believe, Ethan, okay, I believe Roborock and Dreame should work with you. Yeah, that's funny. I get emails once in a while, they know who I am. We don't have a relationship or anything. They're wanting to send me products sometimes, and I'm like, no, I don't do the free products. And I know Shark. I've been pretty rough on the Shark robot vacuum cleaners, and they've reached out to me. And I wanted to touch base. I was going to set up. I think we had a meeting set up with one of the engineers. It never went through or anything, but I don't know how much they want to listen to me or not. Roomba did call me about the Roomba 705 Max. Again, I published that video because my unit was a piece of junk. It leaked all over, and I'm like, maybe it's just my unit. Maybe I shouldn't post it. Thankfully, I did. Everybody's having this problem, and Roomba knew about it when they shipped it. I'm thinking they did because of the way they talked, and there was an update, and the update's all convoluted. So, all right. So, okay. Coming in late, vacuum only, good value. Oh, that's just the Mova P10 Pro. So, Gina Diaz, Mova P10 Pro. I got a link in the description. And everybody, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. That is so helpful when everybody goes to the website, justadadapproved.com. I've got links there to Amazon or Walmart. And when you use those links, I get a small commission from the sale. It's just a way of helping support my channel. I love what I do. I love being able to buy these robots because I can say whatever I want about them. And I treat it like our money because like the the Roomba, I sent it back. That was $1,300. I can't hold on to $1,300 to a robot that doesn't work. So I just really, really do appreciate everybody's support. Okay, so Show Joe 25, what L10S Gen 2? You know, this is a good question. I've got a video on it. They made the water tanks a little bit bigger. It's got higher suction power. $400. That's a really good price. Did that change? That wasn't this morning. So $400. Ooh. These are better. But if you need to save $50, then the Gen 2 is actually really good. Pricing. I don't think that was $400 this morning. I need to check. No, I would have wrote it down. I'm looking at my scoreboard. I don't have it wrote down. So they changed that. No. But let's just go over it real quick. It doesn't have a camera on the front. It does extend the mop pad, so that's nice. 10,000 pascals of suction is pretty good. It's got uses hot air for drying. It uses cold water for washing the mop. It does have an onboard water tank or a solution tank. It can raise so they improved how high the mop pads can lift compared to the Dreame L10S. The original L10S was like 7 millimeters. This is 10.5, which is kind of the standard now. They have Clean Genius, so it is an improvement. Hope that helps. Is there any robot you ever heard of accessible people for blind, especially the app? Well, that's just an area that I haven't done. Sorry, best robot vacuum. Okay, again, that's a really good question. I get that a lot. That's going to be the Dreame D10 D20. Again, it's going to be a mopping robot. It's not a good mop. Just take the mop pad off. $289. Go to my website, justadadapproved.com. You can see it on there. It's got the dual brush rollers that help with long hair. It's got high suction. It's got 13,000 pascals of suction. Again, it does have a mop pad. Just take it off and don't use it as a mopping robot. But it has a base station that auto empties. So I have tested these and I love them. And they have a pro model. Thanks so much. Oh, and I do have a membership. So I have some custom emojis. So if you join the membership, I think it's $2.99 a month. You can have a little custom emoji. I'm just having fun. I mean, we got to have fun in this world. I got like Team Roborock and Team Mova, mop pads and rollers. So the more members I get, the more emojis I can make. So I do appreciate that. Dave of All Trades, it looks like you joined. So thank you. Thanks for doing that. Okay, so I'm getting everybody's question. I'm sorry. You mentioned the L4PR are interchangeable, so can I get the corner brush with hair cut? Yes. Center brush, yeah. This tri-cut brush is the exact same for the Mova P10 Pro or the Dreame L40. They're interchangeable. You can get the Mova one or the Dreame one. Who makes the best Movas? No, neither one. I'm not. Everything's 2 Gen 1 for me. Sorry about that. I'm not recommending either one of the Z60 or the EcoScope. What do you think about the Dreame L40 AE? The X40 is a really good robot vacuum cleaner. I still have it. It's been great. $699, I think, $669. I think I found that the Roborock Edge S5A kind of beats it out a little bit, but the X40 does have a camera on it, so you do get that. I bought the. What do you want to see improve with all these vacuums? I want to see dirt detection sensors in all of them. I want to be able to select how many remopping events we get, 1, 2, or 3. I would like to see a scale of how sensitive that dirt detection sensor is. I think that's super important because that's an automatic feature. So you don't know when your house gets dirty, but the robot's going to know when your house gets dirty by that dirt detection sensor. So I think more with that. They want to use the cameras on the front to detect the dirt. That's hit or miss. But boy, checking the dirty water before it goes up to that's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion. But the Dreame L40S's, the ones they just released, I think all three of only one of them had the dirt detection sensor. So I'm seeing them starting to go away from that sensor. So I don't that's what I want to see. Okay, so I bought the Dreame L40, but I am noticing mop pad streaks on the floor. Any tips? P10. So is it because your flooring's really clear? Spinning mop pads can struggle with really clear flooring, like a really thick finish that's like just glass, like a hardwood floor that has a bunch of finish on it. So you may need to go to a flat mop that vibrates. The Roborock the S8 Max V, Saros 10, something like that. Um, thanks. Yeah, you're welcome, Gene. Okay. Dreame L40 for 435 or V50 for 831 eBay. Boy, that V50's it's good. It's nice. But I don't know much about the eBay official store. Are the returns going to be there? I would probably get the Dreame L40 off of Walmart. I just heard that somebody said their return policy now is up to January because of the holidays, maybe. I can't confirm that, but that would be nice having a kind of an extended return policy. Amazon at that 30-day mark, they cut it off. And then you're dealing with the manufacturer, and that can be a hassle. And they're not going to give you a return after 30 days. So this can be a problem. Okay. Research spooling. What do you think about everybody? Oh, I appreciate it. I bought a V50 because of you, and it's the best money. Okay. Yeah, I haven't. I'm not selling my stickers yet. I need to. I need to figure out a way to do that. I'll try to put them on my website. Uh, I'll add it to my things to do. I need to do that. Okay, I would really. I know. I'm sorry. I'll try to get the stickers available. Which company, in your opinion? Boy, mapping system. Dreame's got it. Roborock. Roborock might have the most reliable. I haven't had too many problems with well, I have had to remap a Mauve and a Dreame. So I would say Roborock with the mapping. Need a vacuum just for carpet for my basement hyper. Ooh, I do use the Shark wired, but need something for every day. This Shark Power Detect Auto Empty. I love it. And they've got, yeah, $3.99. It's on sale right here. It's called the Shark Power Detect Pet Plus. They sell a purple one. The purple one's 430, but they're almost identical. Just the attachments are different. This is what I use, and I love it. It's cordless. It has dirt detection. It's relatively lightweight, but it just has really good suction power. And when you dock it, it auto empties. I just can't tell you how nice that is. I mean, that's the only cordless vacuum I would have. Interestingly enough, okay, I'll get to that. Okay, yeah. So functional dock. Any response from Dreame on the yeah. So they sent me an email. They saw my video. It enlightened me a little bit. The email was nice. They're like, "Oh, you got a bad batch. We're sorry. We want to send you another one." Well, I'm like, "No, I'm going to return this, and if I buy another one, I'll buy it." But they wanted me to take the video down, and I'm like, no, that's not how this works. I got a bad unit. I need to post this, and thankfully, I'm going to leave it up because other people are having the same problem. So it's kind of enlightening me to the behind this. The I haven't dealt hardly at all with Roborock. They've reached out a few times just to kind of send me a few products, and I've reached out to them saying, hey, I would like to see you at CES, just to kind of do a meet and greet. I've talked to Mova behind the scenes a little bit. So just kind of giving me some of their emails. They're kind of direct and to the point. So but I haven't seen that with Roborock. Picked up the Mova. Hey, all right. Priscilla's Garden. I have Seth. Oh, thank you. Thanks for using my link. And if you have lots of thresholds, the V50 is going to do a great job. And don't forget, if there's a taller threshold that it can't get over, you can use ramps. And I think there's I got the Roborock ramp. Okay, I want replaceable batteries on all brands. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I haven't taken these open. I don't, that's a good thing. I don't know how hard the batteries are to replace on these. I was so used to the Shark robot vacuum cleaners. They're super easy, but I haven't done these. Oh, I'm sorry, Oka Stuff robot vacuum cleaner. Yeah, the Mova P10 Pro. Oka Stuff. I hope that's what you meant. Thank you. Amazon here in Germany is easy. I returned mine cheap after 7 months. No way. I've tried to return something like 31 days after they did, but I had to kind of escalate it a little bit. Just keep asking for, somebody. That's awesome in Germany. I will buy one day. Okay. There's a new Roborock. I saw that. So functional dock. I saw that curve. They're displaying it, but there's no way to buy it yet. I mean, how many curves can we have? Curve 2 Pro. That has a lot of new features. Well, I guess it has a lot of new features. Okay, you returned the EDC12 because the app wouldn't let me clear a code. I returned my Ecovacs robot vacuum just for carpet. So okay, so Oka Stuff. That's going to be the Dreame D20. It's got a mopping pad on it. The Roborock D20. They make a Pro. You don't need it, but it does have the side brush that goes into the corner, so it is kind of cool for like $20 more. $280. It's got 13,000 pascals of suction. It's got the dual brush roller design. Which brand do you think has the best app? Seems hard to compare before. And that's a great question. So I can't Sam R. That is something I consider very, very highly. So sometimes I might skip over it because of the app I consider to be very, very important. And you will not get a robot on here that I don't think the app works very well. Shark has a really old app. There's where some frustration comes in. iRobot, while their old app was junk, their new app is better, but it's confusing. It's got some hassle. It's like, you guys are trying to do better, but now there's kind of different things. So I do consider that very highly. I consider Roborock, Dreame, and Mova, their app to be equally, even though they're different, they're just equally easy to use. The Narwhal, they've got just enough differences to where it can really cause you some confusion. But once you learn the Narwhal, they're just so different. I'm sorry to hear your P50 dock is not working. Hopefully it's in the 30 days. And remember, everybody, keep your box. It can be hard to keep the box, but keep the box because you got to send these back sometimes. And I boxed one up without a box in another box, and it was awful. I have 0 thresholds, but I bought the V50 because of how awesome it made it sound. Best, yeah, the V50, we loved it. I don't have many thresholds in my house either, but wow, does it mop quiet or what? Dreame is sounding like Narwhal and getting biased on reviewers. Yeah, I don't know much. I mean, Narwhal, I'm on the fence with Narwhal because I got a phone call from them about 3 or 4 months ago. It was a random, it was from Narwhal, and they were wanting to pay me for a 5-star Amazon review. Now they didn't know I was a YouTuber, but they knew I purchased the Narwhal Frio. I forget which one it was. They knew what I purchased off of Amazon and kind of when. I'm like, that's kind of odd. I didn't, you knew I purchased a Narwhal product and they wanted to pay me, and it was real sketchy. They're like, take a screenshot, take a picture, send us the JPEG. I'm like, Amazon does not approve of this at all. And Amazon kicked a bunch of people off. They kicked a bunch of suppliers off of Amazon when they were paying for reviews. So that really set a court. And that's what I told the person on the phone. I said, Amazon does not approve of this. And they immediately got off the phone with me. But I do believe it was from Narwhal or maybe a company they were hiring, but I didn't appreciate that at all. That's the first time I've had that. Okay. I might be getting into the robot vacuum cleaners. I have a big yard. Yeah, they're so expensive though. So that might be an area where I get a few free ones for a while. Ooh, I don't know if I can go do these and the lawnmower with the budget I've got. Any other Doug? Okay, it's just okay. Good. It's only been 6 days. Good. Sorry, Dreame what? So that was the Dreame D20 Plus. Dreame D20 Oka stuff. Is the P10 Pro worth the extra? Yes, I do believe it is. Greenie. I do believe the $70 is worth it. You get side brush extend, you get hot water mop washing, you get a camera. Forget what else are the features, the exact, but those are the two main. Oh, you get dirt detect. You get a dirt detection. So 3 main things: side brush extends, dirt detection, hot water mop washing. In my opinion, that's worth it. Yeah. Everybody check out my website, justadadapproved.com. It's got all these quick links, pictures with links. You can click on them. Again, I earn commissions from those links, so I do appreciate everybody's support. Do you list the best to worst? Yes. So it's a great question, Overboard. I don't list them. I guess that's a tough question because I don't list them best to worst. It's kind of I'm in this category of the Mova P10 Pro is just a great price point for what you're getting. You're going to pay twice as much for the Mova V50. Does it clean twice as good as the P10 Pro? It doesn't, but it does clean better. So I kind of run into this. I'm kind of in this mindset of trying to get people the best robot for the best price. And so I don't list them best to worst. It's kind of, if that makes any sense. Sorry. Okay, thank goodness you're on. I've been researching for days and I'm so confused. Well, Andrea Anderson, I'm here to help. Just get the Mova P10 Pro. If you can't afford $449, get the Dreame L10S. It's $300. It's not as advanced as this, but it's going to be fun to use. That's the extent of a robot that vacuums and mops. If you're just getting into robots, maybe get the Dreame D10 Gen 2, $200, but don't use the mop pad. I'm a girl with 3 huskies. What is it with huskies owners? I get a lot of comments. I don't know if it's a lot, but it seems like I've had 3 or 4 comments in the last 3 or 4 months of, I have 3 huskies. I'm like, that's a lot of hair, I bet. And so it's just funny I got that comment again. I'm a girl with 3 huskies. What is the top performing robot with 3 huskies? They're going to struggle. There's just no robot vacuum cleaner is. I mean, the Dyson, the old Dyson Nav 360, but it's got its own quirks, but it does vacuum really well. Active mop self clean. So that's going to be a mop roller. Maybe get the Eufy S1, give that a try. The S1 Pro. How much do you value? I value I value LiDAR at the very top. Now, Roborock Saros 10R does not have LiDAR. I don't know what they're using. It acts like it has LiDAR. It doesn't spin like the spinning front-facing LiDAR, which I don't like. I love this LiDAR. I'm getting to where I like it fixed. Some of the robots, like at home, I've got the Curve X. It lowers the lidar. It kind of gets into trouble sometimes because it's trying to go in. So lidar is number one in my opinion. But the 10R says it doesn't have lidar, but boy, it sure acts like lidar. I haven't noticed any battery deterioration because it's hard to do battery because these things go back and recharge. So normally robots, you're putting them on a schedule. You're just not thinking about them. It's not like you're actively using it. Oh, the battery's dead. I got to go charge it. When this battery dies, it just goes back, recharges, and then goes and cleans some more. So I don't really notice if the batteries are starting to go bad because I'm just not keeping an eye on it. William, would you choose the Curve S5X? No, the Curve S5X is better. Nope, I would choose the Curve. Do you like the different tablets better than the mouthwash? The tablets are working very well, and it is cheaper. Mouthwash is expensive. LOL, I was about to say, getting the Mova P10 Pro if you have no idea. Yeah, thanks, Russet. I do appreciate it. Mova P10 Pro, flip a coin on the Mova P10 Pro or the Dreame L4. I don't know what else to say. Shark Power, no. Oh boy. So Brittany, the first two were awesome. The second two, the Shark Power Detect Pro, never touch, and the Roomba 405, just stay away. Even though they're on sale and they're heavily marketed, heavily advertised, these two are just better. 3 Husky robot vacuum is not what you need. A leaf blower on reverse. That's funny. What would you say is the best robot that you can get if you $800? P50. The Curve X is 900. There is a Roborock Q Revo Slim that's $800, but the Mova P50 is better. So for an $800 budget, the Mova P50. And again, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. I just developed this back in July. I sat down for 3 days. It's very basic. I want to improve it. I want to make it better for you, but I do appreciate the support. It's very, very helpful with all of this. If you do go to my website, sign up for my email list. I sent an email out this morning that had these robots on it, so it's kind of quick and to the point. These are the robots that I recommend. Here's a link you can click on. Again, I am an affiliate with Amazon and Walmart. If you click on those links, the products don't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from that sale. It's a way of helping support my channel. I just really do appreciate that. I could not do this, what I do for a living, without that. So thank you. All right. Do you think, no, I'm trying to send my Narwhal Flow back. It's getting stuck on like, I've heard about this black carpet before. I've never experienced it till the Narwhal Flow, but it gets stuck on black carpet or a rug that has a little black on it or anything. It just gets stuck. And then you got to go, no. I do think that internal dirty water tank is going to be a problem. I don't know this for sure. They say they mix it and they say they're actively cleaning it. But what I've been finding on the other ones is that there's sediment in those dirty water tanks. All the other robots have dirty water tanks that you can remove. I just don't see how that's going to be. I think that'll be an issue. I have the Dreame X40. Need another one for second floor. Some Mova P10 Pro, or if you like if just get the Dreame L40. I forgot your name. Gagan Mafani. Just get the Dreame L40. That way you can, in the same app, you can just have you can have 2 robots in the same app. So just get the Dreame L40. I couldn't find the Dreame D20 on Amazon. Maybe they don't. Oh, I'm sorry I don't know about Canada. Boy, that's a tough, tough market. Vacuum only. Boy, I guess get a Shark. Get a Shark. Get a Shark. Try the Shark AV2501S. I hope someone someday would do a teardown comparing all the different. You know, I've thought about taking these open. I've got some in the basement that have failed. I might start taking them open. I don't know how much value. I mean, I'm kind of curious what they look like. I'm actually curious about what the docking stations look like more than anything. So I think that is in my future. Taking some of these robots apart. Right now, they're just expensive, and I got to use them and I got to test them. But I think it would be fun. I couldn't find the Dreame. Okay, yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. How's the mopping performance? Mova P10 So the Mova P10 Pro and the Dreame L40S. Now, class, when you say L40S, is that the new L40S? These numbers are so confusing because the original L40, they're the same, but this L40S, when it's got spinning mop pads and has internal water tank, there's not much more you can do. Um, the base station clean. I don't know. There's no difference between the L40S and the Mova P10 Pro when it comes to even though that one costs more. Okay? So Andrea, were you referring to the Eufy S1 Pro, the tall vacuum? Yeah. Brittany, okay, I'm glad to help. I have Louis, Selena. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. I have the Eufy E25. The first unit had a water eject issue. Eufy sent me a new one, and now the new one has a communication. I had to send my E25 back too. Thankfully, Eufy's coming out with a new S2. I will be getting that. I think the Eufy E25 is just a pass. Dreame Aqua 10, nope. Okay, so Aiden, you're asking the Dreame Aqua 10 or the Mova Z60, which one is better? Neither one. They're both generation one. I sent the Aqua 10 back because it's leaking water. My Mova V60 doesn't have a manufacturing error, but it just lacks in efficiency. It vacuums carpet really well, but the auto empty system is very small and angled. Doesn't auto empty very good. Doesn't wash the mop roll. It doesn't have dirt detection for being a flagship. Doesn't have a dirt detector in the dock. So they're both passes for me. So is the robot industry going to slow down? No, I don't think so. I think it's a war. I think Roborock, Mova, and Dreame and Eufy, I think they've got pretty deep pockets, and they're flooding the market with. I think they're trying to capture the market. I don't know how it all works behind the scenes, but I know Shark and Roomba can't keep up, and they're kind of the American companies. Even though the products are made overseas, they can't keep up with what these companies are doing. So, thank you. Okay, you're welcome. I had issues with software. Yeah. Now Eufy security cameras, I love. On my studio, I've got about 4 of them outside with the ones that track with the solar panels. They're kind of expensive, but wow, do they work good. And I haven't had any problems, knock on wood, with my Eufy security cameras. They're tricky to set up because they have alarms and you got to make sure and turn the alarms off. They're a little tricky to set up. They're not intuitive. Putting them on a schedule, there's kind of that is kind of, but man, I love Eufy security cameras because they don't require a subscription. I notice sometimes my Dreame X40 Ultra leaves droplets of water here and there. Is that normal? Yes. I don't know what it is, but yes, I have seen that. Which one is a good buy for carpet and mopping? The best in the moment. Mova P10 Pro. I know you're asking what for best for carpet and mopping. It's just the Mova P10 Pro or the Dreame L40. How do you feel about the Roomba 505? Nope. Eyes. After a few months, would you prefer the Mova? Yes, yes. First time buyer. I know. Roomba is great at advertising. They're the household name. We're The Roomba 505 is $600. You can get the Mova P10 Pro and save some money. This is only $450, and it's a far superior robot than the Roomba 505. I can't tell you. I have it in the other room, and I've used it, and it's awful. It's got LiDAR now, and the app is better, but they don't tell us suction power. Long hair wrap was a problem. The side brush or the side mop does extend, but it's kind of awkward how it does it. The side brush doesn't extend. Auto empty on it was kind of hit or miss. Washing the mop pad with cold water, and the thing just kind of, oh, and it doesn't have an internal water tank. They're still under the old school of wetting the mop pads with the base station, then it goes out and mops, which in my opinion, onboard water tanks are the way to go. Why they're doing the narwhal way, which they chose the wrong company to copy. So I get it. It's very appealing, and especially when you see, I mean, let's just look. This is shocking. Let's look at the Roomba 405. They sold 2,000 of these for $400. I've got the Roomba 405 at my home in my basement, and it's awful. I don't know how else to say it. It's loud. Every time I'm in the basement, I have to go home, go away because you're just so loud. The fan on the dock turns on and off. It's like, nope. And the app is just terrific. Now here's the 505, $600. They sold four of them. 400 of them. No, it's you. I'm rooting more for Roomba than a lot of people. I mean, I want them to make great robots, and let's just get them and use them, but they can't keep up with what's going on with Roborock and them. Okay. Hope that helped, eyes. I'm in UK. We have an offer for the L40S. Yes, I would. Yes, I would take the L40S Ultra AE. Just okay, awesome. Thanks, class. I do appreciate it. What was the BAM story? Don't hear. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. So the Dreame Aqua 10 Complete is not good. No, Dreame Aqua 10 performed very well. It was on my way to being a really good recommend from me, but then when I picked it up, the base station leaks water. Other people, I put a video out about it, and other people are saying I have the same problem. So it seems to be a batch issue. Um, so my Eufy AC powered security cameras would get a new software. Oh, I don't have the AC powered ones. I have the solar powered ones that track. Love them. They're just expensive. Murphy's Law. My house is all hardwood floor. What do you recommend mostly for mopping and obstacle avoidance? So Mova P10 Pro. Now, is your hardwood floor really shiny? That might have some problem with spinning mop pads. If your floors are really shiny, like a really thick gloss coat, spinning mop pads may not be the best answer for mopping your floors. You may need a flat mop, like the Roborock S8 Max V, and there's not very many of those out there. Well, maybe the Shark might do a better job. The Shark Never Touch Pro, it's got a flat mop. Um, so if it doesn't, Mova P10 Pro, just a great price point. Again, lots of people, this is their first time jumping into robot vacuum cleaners, and this $450 price point is just a perfect price point to get into. You're getting a lot of good features for just a great price. Okay, Omar, M5 mop has, I'm not sure I've never heard of ProSonic. What are you sending? Why are you sending the narwhal back? So it doesn't, I don't like it. It gets stuck on black carpet. And this is the narwhal flow. I'm having three major problems with it. It's getting stuck on carpet, black carpet. It gets stuck at random places. So for a flagship model, when it goes around the studio, it's constant. It never hardly ever makes it back home. And when all these other robots do the same studio, and they get stuck on some places, but nothing like the narwhal flow. So and then I'm concerned about that the dirty water tank being internal, not being able to clean that. So functional dock, is the narwhal flow not yet. They're making me keep it because I passed the 30-day window, and I just emailed narwhal today. They're like, nope, it's past the 30-day window. But I wanted to send it back, but I also had a problem, and they're like, so then it's just, I got to keep emailing them. Do you think the Mova Z60 would have been better than with the single tri? They are all in on this double brush roller deal. Um, that's a good question. So here we have the L40S. And you're right. Dreame and Mova are all in on this. Now, you do get some clumping if you have a lot of pet hair on the floor with this design. I have one dog at home who sheds a lot, and I never got the clumping. When I had this, I've had several of these, like the V50 has the same design. So when I had this at home, it just did a great job of vacuuming, I felt like. Now, I am hearing from pet owners, and I need to do more testing for long hair. This split brush dual roller design that Roborock has seems to be better. I'm getting a lot of pet owners saying, I swear by this. And in my testing, it did really well too. And when I take it to my house, it does really well. So this might be a little bit better design. But boy, they are I do see the clumping. They're all in on that double brush roller design. Thanks for the input. Trying to find, okay, hopefully trying to find the best buy with LiDAR. Yes, LiDAR number one. Mova P10 Pro. If you can't afford the Mova P10 Pro, get the Dreame L10S. It has LiDAR navigation. My mother-in-law has one at her house right now. I had to buy a second unit because I just needed to do some more reviews. I didn't think they were still going to be making this. And they lowered the price. So Dreame L10S, LiDAR, dock station. How do you feel about the, okay, hold on. Thanks for trying. Okay, yeah. Okay, so what was your final verdict on the Matic? It has a place. That video caused a lot of stir. I accepted it for free. I was on I had a Zoom meeting with Matic. It's a person. I think it might be a co-owner, might be two of them or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's the guy that developed it, and it's kind of a neat story behind the scenes. And he knows it's not these. He knows he says he's not competing with these. Um, I did like that it didn't use cameras, but it did a really good job of mapping your house and navigating. It is big, but it's meant to do everyday mopping. I enjoyed using it. Um, it does have some awkward movements, and it's not going to get really close to things. These are just starting to advance to the point where they're getting under furniture. They're mopping and cleaning up against the wall. So Matic is going to struggle with that. But for like everyday track area and being able to take that bag out, the bag was relatively cheap, but you are going to have to buy quite a few of those. So final verdict, it's really hard to say. It doesn't compete with these, but it does have a place, but it is $1,000. So sorry, I can't be, I haven't been comparing it with these. I did that video. It was fun to use, and it seemed like it was doing a good job cleaning. E25 or Mova P10 Pro, definitely. Online Oka. Hey Dad, Aqua Dream Roller or Track? Neither one. Oh no, I haven't got the Track yet. It's $2,000. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get that. But I had the Aqua Roller, the Dreame Aqua 10, and I had to send it back because it's leaking. So Kev on tour. Yeah, underneath the dock, when I lifted it up, there was water. So the Dreame Aqua 10, while performed very well and I loved it, I went to lift it up and put it up here. There was a bunch of water under the dock, and apparently a lot of people are having the same problem. Okay, Kev on tour. I got the Dreame D20 Pro for 2 floors, which all carpets. Awesome. King, okay. All I can't say the names. Thank you for doing this. Sorry it's been asked. Trying to decide Dreame L40 or Dreame M40. Quietness is important. Maybe you meant X. I'm not sure what you meant by M40. If quietness is important, get get the Mova V50 or the Dreame L50 or the Dreame X50. Those have those robotic um, wheels. The wheels are just so smooth and quiet. So asking because I'm adopting a cat who hates super loud. Yeah, get the Mova V50 for a quiet road. There's nothing beats a Mova V50, a Dreame L50, or a Dreame X50. They have those wheels. They all have the same wheels. They're just quiet. I don't like the stars because it got stuck all under my cabinet's toe kicks. You know, I get that. And there's certain places where they're just the perfect height for certain robots always get stuck. I've had that at my house. I'll take some home and it's like that robot's the perfect height for that little area that just gets stuck. And the Curve X better says, okay, good. I'm glad. What? Oh, somebody, thank you for the somebody gave me a gift. What's the other brush upgrade for the Mova P10 Pro good for? So the Mova P10 Pro, you're going to upgrade to the tri-cut brush. Now you can get the Dreame tri-cut brush. These are the same parts, but this, I upgraded mine and this works. It has little knives in here. As the hairs get wrapped around, the knives go back and forth and cut. I can't simulate it, but it works. I've never had long hair wrap on it. It works. It does a good job. It's kind of expensive. It's $50. Now there's a bunch of generics out there for that. I haven't bought the generic ones, so I don't know. Okay, Ryan finally got the P10 Bro base. Okay, awesome. Open it up, Ryan, and use it because you've got that return window in case it's broke or it's not working. They usually show themselves within the first 30 days. So thank you for that. Okay. I'm gonna get to you, Kev. Kev on tour. Thanks for I do appreciate that. Okay. Let me, functional doc, have you ever had the mop pad squeegees on a robot base station squeak? Yes. That is the one upgrade. Yes. Oh, okay. They've upgraded it. I have those. Oh, yeah, those squeegees. Docs will develop tunes and then you clean. Yeah. You'll hear all kinds of things sometimes. Best roller robot vacuum would be. I'm not big on these mop rollers yet. I just sent 2 of them back yesterday. About killed my back. They're so heavy. I mean, the Eufy S1 Pro, it's just been around long enough and it's pretty solid. So the Eufy S1 Pro, but it doesn't vacuum the best. Have you seen the specs for the? No, I mean, I've seen them a little bit for the Eufy S2, Lewis. Oh yeah, oh wow, yeah. It seems like with robot vacuums, I kind of get the sense we're on a every other. Remember when Apple, every other phone was an upgrade? I don't, you know, when they release stuff, it's like every other one is good. I sense that with Eufy because the E25 and E28 were a miss. And sometimes I see that on Roborock and sometimes Dreame. So it seems like that's the case. Dyson V11 or V15? V15 is better. I love it. Kev on tour, thanks again. What is the best? Ooh, oh, I got another. Somebody give me, Jake. Okay, thank you. Somebody else gave me some money. What is the best roller mop vacuum at the moment? Well, the Eufy S1 Pro is the best at the moment. If they can get the problem fixed on the Dreame Aqua 10, that's going to be amazing. So if you do get the Dreame Aqua 10, keep your box, use it a bunch, and look underneath the dock if it's leaking water. You can't see it, but underneath the dock, there's water if it's leaking. And if it is, send it back. But if it's good, then it's actually a really good robot. Kev on tour, thanks. We'll be doing a review of the Dreame Track. That Dreame Track. So I bought the Mova version of that. It's a little bit cheaper. I think it was $1,600. Man, I just can't afford it right now. I saw it on here. Where was it? There it is. The Dreame Matrix 10 Ultra. Is that it? I don't know. Is that the one you were talking about? They're releasing them so fast I can't even keep up. Is the Mova Z60 better? Yes. The Z. I don't know about the Z50. The V50 is better than the Z60. Any updates on the E20? No, the E28 I don't recommend. I mean, it's okay, but the spot cleaner is super heavy, and the robot itself has issues. The dirty water tank leak. They did an update. They lowered the what water it uses. It's just a pass for me, even though the price is really good. Any updates? Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Retro Soul just ordered. Awesome. Thanks. And I can't pronounce this name. I was choosing between the Mova V50 and the P for my 2-floor home with Maltese dog. I ended up getting the P50 Ultra. Yes. Yes. Because it comes with the tri-cut brush. So you're good to go. No, you save some money. You're going to be fine. It's got LiDAR navigation. You're going to be fine. And thank you for the support. I do appreciate the money. I tossed out the box if I ever have to send it back. They might send you a box. The ones I've dealt with, Dreame sent me a UPS sticker, so they were kind of expecting me to have the box. Awesome. Okay, Emmy, I love your coffee. Will you be doing? Yeah, I want to get back into podcasts more. These robots are keeping me so busy. I love the podcast room's right over there. I really want to start doing more podcasts, so I will be doing more podcasts. Any reason to say S1 Pro over S1? I didn't originally think so. The S1 Pro has better obstacle avoidance. That's about it. But my S1's developed a problem. And my S1 Pro I've had for almost a year and a half now, and it's been bulletproof. So Brittany convinced me on the Mova, but the camera is holding me back a little. Worried about if you're worried about privacy, and this is legitimate. This is a big concern. The Mova P10 Pro does have a camera on it. Its default is off, I'm pretty sure, but you can turn it off. But the default is off. Now, this is a valid concern because I've had these robots at my house. I always turn the cameras on. I just thought it was cool at first, but the wife more and more is telling me turn those cameras off because if you are in the restroom and the robot comes in, it will see your foot as an obstacle and it will take a picture. There's just no getting around that. I don't know how else to say that. So now, where these go, I don't know anything about. They say they keep it local, but you look at it through an app and all of this again. So that is a concern, but you can turn the camera off. Now, there are ones that don't have a camera. So if you're worried about that, the QRevo Edge S5A, it's a little bit more money, $650. The Roborock S5V for $549. Neither one of these have a camera. And there's also a Dreame L10S Gen 2. It's $500, $400, and it doesn't have a camera. There it is, $400. So if you're worried about privacy and you need to save a little bit of money, absolutely nothing wrong with the Dreame L10S Gen 2. Brittany, I hope that helps. Okay, the tracks aren't out. Okay, thanks, Jawar. Mova V50 at 1,000. Ooh, you can get the Dreame L50 for. I'd get the 9. The Mova V50 comes with about $200 of parts, so keep that in mind. I would get the Mova V50. Anybody making a robot vac without a mop worth it? No. I mean, again, I'm telling people to get the Dreame D20. Just don't use the mop pad. It's actually pretty good. It actually vacuums. It's got a base station. It's got a mop pad. Just throw the mop pad away. It's not a good mop. Hope that helps, Mike. The Dreame Matrix Mobius. Yeah, the Mobius with all 3 sets of mop pads. Just, yeah. So I bought the Dreame, or I bought the Mova Mobius. It's cheaper, of course. Dreame products are always, or Mova products are always cheaper than Dreame products. I'm not going to be able to afford the other one for a while. Thank you so much. Okay, so Oka, thank you so much. Was such a stressful. Oh, I'm sorry it was stressful. Next time, do this every day a week before. Oh, that's a good idea. I never thought about doing it. Well, I don't know the sales. And even if I did know, I can't disclose what the sales are, but I do see companies like Roborock and Dreame, they're kind of telling people, and there was early sales. So I will try to get on this sooner. That's a great idea. Thanks, Oka. Stuff. Apparently the E20 water reduction, yeah, I've seen that, Harrison, Cassidy. I saw that big time. They didn't tell anybody about it. I don't know if it's affected the cleaning performance, but they definitely reduced the water consumption on the E25 and the E25A about half. Which is the best RoboVac for carpets floor without a mop? Well, again, Harry Kisson, that's going to be, check out my website, justadadapproved.com, but that's going to be this one I have up here, the D20. D20. I turned my air down. Normally, I'm not here at night. I got to turn my air back down. Man, I get that question a lot. I made a whole video, so I have a video. Search Just a Dad best robot vacuum cleaner without a mop, and it goes into more details. But boy, that's a big. Manufacturers just are not concerned about that at all. I don't know what else to say. They are really into this, which I love. But if you're wanting one that just vacuums only, you're gonna have to get one and just don't use the mop. Okay, Don Battle. What about the L40S? Is it better than the Roborock S5E? Ooh. Okay, okay. Looking for detachable. Okay, this is a good one, and we're going to use the baseball cards. This is what I made them for. Hopefully my iPhone's not losing. Okay. So let me see that chat. Okay. L40S. I gotta find it. L40S AE, right? Yep, that's the one. So let me. Is it better than the S5V? Roborock Q Revo S. Okay, so let's just put these side by side. I got to get this better, but this was just Gen 1 baseball cards. Okay. Well, this one's cheaper. 12,000 pascals of suction compared to 19. So the mop pads, both of them extend. Both of them spin and lift. This has the anti-tangle. This has the basic. Split dual roller. That's a single brush roller with a tri-cut brush. So this is better. This is a better roller. Onboard water tank, yes. No video camera on the S5V where this one does. Obstacle avoidance was the same. Threshold's the same. So this washes with cold water. I wish it was hot, but this is hot. Yes. Oh, this has dirt detection. Solution. But this has tray removal. So they're both data approved. You're paying $100 more. Is it worth? You get hot water and dirt detect. Yeah, this is probably a little bit better. I hope that helps. And this was the list. This is what I did first thing. Again, I tell people I have to write it all down myself. I don't know what the best is going to be. But it becomes so clear. Like the Dreame L10S, $300. Well, there's others that are around it, but this is just the best value. Same with the Roomba 405. Well, it's $400, but when you look around it, this pay $50 more. That's a better robot. Even that's a better robot. L40S CE. Well, if it's on sale for $500, but these are better, and this is even better. And this Edge S5A, $650. Well, there's other robots that are on sale around it, but this is the best one. You know, and there's been a lot of speculation about this X40. You know, this could be a close competitor with that. And then same with here. You know, there's a lot to choose from, a lot on sale, but it just becomes so clear. And I'm going to do this for every event. You know, all of these are on sale. And like this became so clear. The Eufy X10 Pro, wow, man, they sell a ton of those, but that's an old robot. And when it's $600, that's about a $300 robot, in my opinion. That's so old. Same with the 505, Shark Power Detect. You know, there's just better robots at that price. And same over here. So I hope this helps. And then I'm going to do the baseball cards, because then we can look at, like, that was a great question. Then you can compare them side by side. My wife spent 5 hours on this last night. I've been thanking her like crazy. And she has to read my handwriting, so. All right, let me get back to more Q&A. Mova P50, okay, so Nisha Ultra or P10 Pro. Well, Mova P10 Pro or Mova P50 is better. $700, $449. Does it clean $300 more? Or $250 more? Probably not. What do you think about the robotic arms? Gimmick? Yeah, they're gimmick. Well, not gimmick, just Gen 1. I appreciate them trying. But there's a lot more software they got to do. I have the Saros Z70 in my house. Its pickup rate is probably 10% out of everything it could pick up. It's very limited, just certain shoes, certain socks, certain, you know. There's more, what I tell people, there's more fails than wins. We see all the wins. I'll take a video of a win and it's really cool. It threw away a piece of trash. Well, yeah, but it missed 10 other pieces of trash. So not necessarily gimmick, but underperforming, and they're trying, I like to say, because now the robotic part of it works very well. It's just the software. But man, that thing picks up, like, and it moves like that thing, and it's very well made. That Roborock Saros Z70 is a really cool robot when it works. It's just the software on what it can, it's recognizing. Once it recognizes and locks onto something, it picks it up and does exactly what it does. Now, sometimes I did come home a couple times and it tried to release a shoe and it got the shoelaces stuck, and so it just sits there. But it didn't damage it. I mean, that robot was like really jammed in that shoe, and I kind of pried it apart and all that, and it's very well built. So it's pretty cool. Functional dock. So how will a roller mop robot ever mop as close as an extending? You know, check out my video. Mop rollers clean almost as close as spinning mop pads. I thought spinning mop pads were going to clean up against the wall and corners. Like, I didn't think there'd be it's in the latest. I did the Z60 against the Aqua 10. It's a really long video, sorry. But if you look in that video, you'll see where I did spinning mop pads. These get close, but the mop rollers, none of them get really super close in the corners. So. Oh, what's the difference between the Dreame? I don't know about the track. So Shane, have you been looking up? I have been looking. Oh my gosh, you got a Roomba J7. Oh, I have to remember people are new to this. I've been around and immersed in this so long. So that Roomba J7 is junk. You're going to get an amazing robot. The Mova P10 Pro. So I do get that with the expense. I've had the Mova P10 Pro. I haven't had any problems with it. It says it comes with a 3-year warranty. I haven't had to use that warranty yet, but it does come with a 3-year warranty. And if I can get 3 years out of a $500 or $450 robot, I consider that a win. But I do understand that. And dealing with them, so say this failed after 6 months, you're going to need some patience to deal with either Dreame, Mova. I recently dealt with iRobot and it wasn't much better. I contacted them about my iRobot that had failed. They didn't answer right away. The chat just sat there and spin. They didn't answer. The email took 4 days to reply. And it was kind of the back and forth email that I've gotten with the other company. So, but I do get that these are expensive, and I have been testing robots to failure, and you don't see like a Eureka, the Roombas. I don't recommend because I just don't think they're going to last. So Shane, the Mova P10 Pro, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. You'll see it's my #1 robot. Sign up for my email list. If you can't get it today, there should be some more sales coming up. And if you sign up for my email list, as soon as these robots go on sale, I send an email out. I don't send out a bunch, just once or twice a week to let people know what the best prices are. Awesome. I'm glad you're liking the baseball cards. What was the issue developed with your S1? The dirty water tank not emptying, but it's saying the base station can't suck. It's saying the base station filter dirty water suction is clogged, but I keep checking it. I may have to dig more into it. Yeah, thanks for the white. Yeah, thanks Susan for making those. Okay, so Andrea, do any of those have active mop cleaning while mopping in progress? This whole mop roller thing and active cleaning. I've done a lot of tests, and I did some torture tests on those rollers. I mean, it was really sticky. I was under the impression that these mop rollers were just being clean, were being wet, scraped, and they weren't going to they weren't going to smear. That is not the case. They're actively cleaning, but they're not cleaning to the point where they're not smearing. They make you believe that they're not smearing the stuff on the floor. And I've looked at the advertisements because the advertisements are just, wow, this is the best thing since sliced bread. But they're using liquid. And a mop roller does pick up liquid better than a spinning mop pad. Narwhal's the worst at it. Their advertisements, in my opinion, it's misleading. Wish I could find the one where it's not gonna be able to find it now, but I wish I could find where they show it picking up liquid, the fluorescent liquid, side by side. If you look really close, that's liquid. So they make it look mind blowing, but it's not as good as you think. Okay. Is the Dreame Aqua 10 good? It was amazing besides the water leak. I did have a bad unit. It's not isolated to just me. I posted that video and several other people said I have the same problem. So that made me glad that I wasn't the only one. And I'm glad I posted that video so other people are realizing there is a problem. We don't have the Aqua Track, mine leaked. So yeah, Ryan Phillips, his leaked. Or Philip, what do you think about the hygienic spinning mop pad versus a roller? The roller seems like it would be more hygienic versus spinning. Again, we're not quite there yet, but I think the mop pads get cleaned better at the base station than mop rollers. So while these may smear and they do smear, but mop rollers smear not quite as much. Mop rollers do better with liquid. Pure liquid, a mop roller does amazing. It picks the liquid up, puts it in the dirty water tank, and takes it back. Spinning mop pads have to absorb it, which they don't do a very good job. But for everyday mopping, mop pads do great. Mop pads are cleaned better on their base stations than mop rollers. I don't think none of them have got it quite figured out that. So, Shane, okay, it's so old. Yeah. Is that are you the Roomba? Yeah, Shane, you're the Roomba J7. Your life's about to get a lot better. You're going to be amazed. The app is going to be awesome. You're going to be like, this thing's so cool. Because the Roomba app is so blah. Have you looked into robots have the best smart home integration? So once in a while, I don't do a lot with the smart home. I need to do more of it. None of them are like, they're not super easy. I've done the Matter. Even with Matter, it's a few more steps. They're not super easy. Once you get them set up, they're kind of easy to use. I just haven't spent a lot of time with that. I need to. Do you upgrade the Mova P10 Pro mops to more premium? Well, no. No, the Dreame and the Mova have the same mop pads. Roborock has they have two types of mop pads. They have a premium one on the Saros 10R, which is it's a pretty nice mop pad. It just looks more impressive. Thanks for all your videos. Awesome. Glad to help. I just got my Mova P50 today and was wondering, should I have got... I think you're going to be very happy with the P50. Start using it just to verify that it's working, because you've got that 30-day window. So start using your P50. I mean, you could save some money. The P50 is $700. I mean, if you really want to save some money, you could send it back and get the P10 Pro. You're going to get higher suction. It can leave its mop pads back at the base station, the P50. Dad, thanks from Brazil. Awesome. I just returned from Alabama with a QV. Okay, you're going to like it. P10 Pro versus S5V. P10 Pro, $449. Nope, P10 Pro. But if you have pets, you're going to have to upgrade to the Tri-Cut brush, which is an extra $50. But still, this does hot water mop washing, and it has side reach, and a camera. So Mova P10 Pro. Thank you. You're welcome, Shane. Thanks for all your videos. It's awesome. Harry Kissin. I just got my Mova P50 Ultra, and I was wondering, should I have got... No, I'm sorry. Brittany, is there a big difference between the Mova P10 Pro and the Dreame? I mean, the P10 Pro has a side brush that extends into the corner, which I do like a little bit better. It washes the mop pads with hot water. It has a camera, but we didn't want to worry about privacy. So, I mean, other than that, the obstacle avoidance is a little bit better on the Mova P10 Pro. So, what's bad about the V50? Nothing's bad about the V50. It's the quietest robot. It's the best. It got my top award for the best money can buy. So I love the Mova V50. Mova P10 Pro S5V close price. I think I just did that. Yeah. P10 Pro. This one washes with cold water. It doesn't have a side brush that extends into the corner. You will have to upgrade to the Tri-Cut brush if you have pets, where the S5V has the dual brush, or the dual brush roller, which is good for pet hair. So. And the P10 Pro has a dirt detection sensor. Oh, Brandon, good evening. Do you recommend the Mova V50? I recommend the Mova V50 over the Dreame X50 just from price. They're pretty much the same robot, and you get more stuff with the V50. You get like $200 worth of mop pads, filters, and dust bags. So the Mova V50 all day. Again, check out my website, please, justthedadapproved.com. I have links to all of these. This is a way of helping support my channel. There are links in the YouTube video you may see pop up in the description. I'm an affiliate with Amazon and Walmart. So if you click on those links, the products don't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from that sale. I just really appreciate it. Again, I buy these with my own money. I would not be able to do this without everybody's support. So thank you. JustADadApproved.com. Thought the E40 was okay. I'm glad they lowered the price. It's like $367, so it's good. They just took some features. They took the dirt detection sensor out. They took the side brush that extends. So Dreame L40S, Dreame L40S Ultra. I would get the Mova P50 Pro out of all those choices. What was brush you said upgrade P10? So on the P10 Pro, you're going to need the Mova Tri-Cut Bro. So Mova and Dreame sell it. It's the same part. So, but it's $50. I typically don't see that on sale. There's a bunch of generics. I haven't bought the generics, so maybe they're okay. But the Tri-Cut brush, it's got little cutters. It just pops in. It's super easy to replace. It just pops in. It comes, I think maybe you have to put it together. It's super easy to put together if you did. But it's got a little knife that cuts the hairs. And it works. I've put this through some pretty big testing, and it just haven't any problems with it. Hope that helps, Justin. Thanks for the streaming. Picked up awesome. Glad. So the Dreame and the Mova app are really close to being the same. In these, especially in these earlier models, they're almost identical. In the newer models, you can see them starting to break away more. First time buyer, okay, Vince debated for a long time between the Dreame L40, went with the L40, awesome. Yeah, you can put I have a whole video on detergent, just put some, yeah, I have a video on Shark Vac Mop, they call it Shark Vac Mop solution. Just put it in the clean water tank. You can put it in the solution tank if you want. It just, they don't really, we don't, the L40 has the same solution tank. They just don't tell us if they use this to put in the robot or if it's just used to help clean the mop pads. They don't tell us a whole lot of information on this. So if you put it in the clean water tank, you're good. Harrison, so many numbers in these product. I know. I can't keep them straight. Yeah, I agree with you, Harrison, Cassidy. Ryan Thomas, thanks for doing this live stream. Awesome, thanks. I bought the Roborock Q10 and it's an amazing vacuum mop. Awesome. That is a really good one, the Q10. First vac. Kyle, how many years do you expect the average robot? That's a great, under normal usage, I would think 4 years ought to be expected. I mean, if you spend now, granted, if you spend $1,200, you probably want it to last longer. But internal, I think for $1,200, I don't think you're getting a robot that's going to last longer. It's got more advanced features, which could be more parts that break. So, if I can get 4 years out of a Mova P10 Pro, which I think I could, I think I've got some of these Dreames and Roborocks. I'm going on 1.5 years, almost 2 years with no issues at all. So yeah, depreciate that down $100 a year. I think we can do this. Castillo, Mova P10 Pro. No, get the Mova P10 Pro versus the Ecovacs. But I do like the Edge. I do like the Edge S5A, yes. So I do like the Roborock Edge S5A. I do like it over the Mova P10 Pro. Is there a Prime Day upright bag vacuum? Ooh. It's funny how, that's a great question. Upright vacuums, I don't review ones that take bags, but all the robot vacuum cleaners I review take bags. It's just so weird. This is the This is the vacuum I'm recommending. Well, this is the cordless one, or the... That just really struck me as odd. I don't review robots that or upright vacuum cleaners that take bags. So this is the Power Vac. It's on sale. I love it. It's called the Shark Power Detect Upright Vacuum Cleaner. It's kind of expensive, but it is on sale for $449. It does an amazing job of vacuuming. That's all I got to say. But it is bagless. And emptying it out, you do get a little dust around you, but nothing too terrible. Difference between the Mova P10 Pro and the Mova V50. Well, there's a ton of differences. I'll grab the V50. So first, the V50 has robotic arms that it can extend, and it can go over large thresholds. It's super quiet. It's got mop pads that it can leave at the base station. The mop pads also swivel, which it does hot water mop washing. It's got this dual brush roller design where one end is open, so the long hairs are not going to wrap around it. They're going to be directed here. The side brush extends, camera, carpet sensor. It can leave the mop pads back at the base station. This also does hot water mop washing, which I'm not sure that's that big of a deal. But it can lower the LiDAR, raise the LiDAR, but it's super quiet. So does it clean twice as good as the Mova P10 Pro? Probably not. Okay, so Ryan, what's better about the Mova P50 versus the Roborock P50? Well, price. But the 10R, don't only get the 10R if you need the slim profile. It is super slim. I do find that it goes under things I needed to. I know somebody earlier was saying that they couldn't get it to. It works very well. It's got a nice base station. It's a little, it's a great robot. The P50, you can save quite a bit of money. The P50 is $700. It's got a LiDAR on top, so it's not thin. Hope that helps. Very happy with the Edge S5A. Yes, Father. The price, features, great. Yeah. That Edge is a sleeper. This was an expensive robot, and that's a good price for all those features. Brittany, message retracted. Sorry. Edge S5e is better for pets. P10s. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you, Father. Okay, but which one should I get? P10 Pro or Roborock Edge S5A? I would get the Edge S5A if you don't mind the price difference. Hey, thanks for your channel. Awesome content. I don't see the plus on the Mova P10. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Mova P10 Pro not having the plus. How often do you recommend running the schedule per week? Okay, great question. Jeff, have it clean your entire house once a week and have it mop whatever rooms need mopped. Have it just do a mopping only event once or twice a week. You might use a lot of water. Now, when you first get these, have it clean your house twice a week, the entire house, mop and vacuum. And then you can kind of back that down. But the mopping, yeah, have it do a mopping only event in the certain rooms. And that's the schedule. And it seems to keep the house clean. And you can up it a little bit if you feel like it's a little bit dirtier. Mova Z60. No, it's not a keeper. I probably should send it back. I'm not happy with it. It doesn't have a flaw. It's not like it's not like a failure, but its design is not the best. It doesn't auto empty. It's got a really awkward way it auto empties, and it doesn't use as much water. When you compare it to the Aqua 10, the Aqua 10 just did a better job. It doesn't have the Z60 doesn't have a dirt detection sensor. Excuse me. Can you please say why you choose Roborock Edge S5? What are the features? Okay, let's go do the baseball cards. That's a great question. I just got lazy. I was just sitting there. Let's do it. Let's do the baseball cards. Okay. Edge S5A Mova P10 Pro. Well, obviously price, but 13,000 pascals of suction compared to 17, so this wins. Side mop pads do have side reach. They're spinning and both of them lift. The side brush has corner reach. I think the Edge can lift. Oh, this has the split dual roller. This has the single brush, so this one wins. Water tank on board, no video camera. So if you want a video camera, the Mova P10 Pro. Obstacle avoidance was better on the Mova P10 Pro. They both wash with hot water and hot air. They both have a dirt detection. Only one has a solution tank, tray removal on the Edge S5A, and fast charging. Both of them are dad approved deluxe. So there's the features. I know when you look at it that way, it doesn't seem like it's necessarily worth that much extra money. I don't know how much battery life I got. Oh, I got 57%. We can keep going. I got 57% battery life. This has been fun. I've been going for over an hour. So again, I do appreciate if you could use the website, justadadapproved.com. Sign up for my email list. Let's just look at it real quick. Justadadapproved.com. It's right here. If you scroll down, there's the Amazon Prime Big Deal Days. You can see there's the pop-up, sign up for the email list. I send out emails when my favorite robots go on sale. It's not displaying the best. I developed that myself, so I didn't know anything about website development. I just had to spend 3 days of Googling how to do it. And it's not displaying. I need to work on that. But if you scroll down, there's the links where you can buy it on Amazon. So if you click on that, the product won't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale because I am an affiliate with Amazon. So it's just a way of helping support my channel. Justadadapproved.com. You can, if you scroll down a little farther, there's my picks. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that has the advanced dock that would be under $500. Well, the docking on the Mova, the dock on the, it's okay. I mean, it's not as bad as I make it out. You're going to be cleaning it down here. I do like this. It's just, the Mova P10 Pro has a good dock. It's got a dirt detection sensor. Who's 3 loves watching. Oh, awesome. I'm glad, Father. Do you say the Mova V50 drops its mop pads to vacuum? Yes, it does. Devin. Chasing Silver's awesome word. Dad, if I have a little step, which robot can I buy? I'm thinking of Robot Edge. Well, measure the step, because if it's a threshold or a pretty big step, you're going to want to get the Mova V50. It has robotic arms. It's really cool, and it works really well. It's got these little robotic arms that it deploys over the steps so it can get into different rooms. No other robots have the Dreame L50, the Dreame X50, and the Mova V50 have those arms, and they work very well. What about the E25? Is that the best bang for your? No. E25 is, I'm looking on my board. It's $650. This is a better robot. The Roborock Edge S5A is better than the E25. Yeah, thanks for helping answer that. How come you never mentioned that some robots can use their side brushes? Yeah. I need to add that more. I don't talk about that much. Some can spin their side brushes on carpet, some can't. It seems like the Dreame and the Mova, the newer ones, are letting you turn that on and off. Roborocks, I don't think do, or they don't let you turn it on and off. So sorry, I need to start using that more. Brittany, experience with buying tech on Amazon versus Walmart. I asked because Amazon, well, Walmart probably has a better return policy. Now, don't quote me, but somebody said that Walmart just extended their return policy till January or after the holidays, after Christmas, into January. I don't know if that starts now. If that's true, then you're going to get a big window to return that. Amazon, after that 30 days, the little button goes away to do the return, and they're going to direct you to do the return. And Mova is not going to give you a full return after 30 days or Dreame. So it might be extra paying that extra, but I need to do some research. I need to buy that warranty on Amazon and see how that works. It's like an alliance. I've had a few people ask me about that. I used to never buy warranties, but maybe something like this might be a good idea if it's not too expensive. Maybe that, I wish I had a robot. I wish I could buy one and actually use the warranty, to see how it works. If you had to choose between the narwhal, no. Oh, okay. If I had to choose, I'd probably pick the narwhal flow, to be honest. Yeah. That was a good question. If I had to choose between the narwhal flow and the Z60, that's a toss-up. Maybe the narwhal flow. Mova P10 Pro or Roborock Q Revo S5A. Between the Edge S5A and the Roborock Curve X. Now the Curve X is better. It's got a lot more advanced features. $900. I'd probably get the Edge S5A. If you don't need the camera and you don't need the thinner profile, get the Edge S5A. If you want to help with email, okay. Awesome. Thanks, Kyle. From a longevity and product support standpoint, Mova, that's a good question. I've had some Roborocks now, I think going on 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. They're doing great. I've had some Dreame going on 2 years. Mova's kind of a newer brand. I've not had them that long yet, but they seem well built. Eufy I've had a lot of problems with. Roombas, the old Roombas I've had a lot of problems with. I don't get into much of the off brands. These guys are struggling with their customer support. So I imagine if you get a third, like even a smaller robot vacuum company, like these, they're popping up all the time. I imagine their customer support, I don't know, but maybe they wouldn't be as good. I bought the E25. Was it a good buy? Well, it has potential. For $650, I probably would have got the Edge S5A unless you have really shiny floors, and maybe the mop roller might be better for that. I mean, give it a try. You got 30 days. I've just had some bad experiences with it. My first one failed, and then it's had this dirty water tank that drips. So check and see if your dirty water tank is the upgraded version. I'm not sure. It has a little rubber piece underneath. I watch reviews from Germany, Italy, all on big reviewers in the US, and you are my number one. Oh, thanks, Functional Doc. I try to be realistic and transparent. I watched your long videos and okay, yeah, long ones get pretty long. Even I'm surprised how long they are sometimes. Functional Doc, here it is. Awesome. Not much of a difference. I don't care about the camera, but I do care about object avoidance and not getting tangled in cables. Ooh. Well, I had better, then the Mova P10 Pro has really good obstacle avoidance. I would get that over the S5A. Can you go over the base stations for the S5A versus the Mova? Any hassles? The S5A is easier to clean. It has a removable dock. That's about it. Kevin, hope that helps. If the price is not a factor, what robot wins? Mova V50. Yep. Mova V50. If Eufy is Eufy a good vacuum brand? Does it compare well against? No, I mean, if you're asking about customer service, I feel like they're all about the same. If you're asking about product, I've had more product issues on Eufy than I have Roborock. Roborock is the number one best selling in the world, so you've got to. I do. That's kind of nice having that big, um, resources behind it. So you feel like it's going to have better customer service. The robots do seem very well built. Mova P10 Dreame L10s are the same price right now. Which one would you buy? The Mova P10 Pro, Raymond. Will, any suggestions on a vacuum mop that's best for large homes? I have about 2,400 square feet. I have a 2,000 foot square house, main floor, and want a vacuum that can navigate it without any issues. Mova P10 Pro. Mova P10. Check out my website, justadadapproved.com. It's my number one pick. It cleans my house. Now, if it doesn't if it doesn't finish cleaning your house on a battery charge, it'll go back and recharge and then pick up where it left off. Make sure you put do not disturb on or it'll start at 2 a.m. So they all seem to have about, I mean, the battery life, again, I don't do a lot of testing on it because they go back and recharge. And it's not like a cordless vacuum where I'm actively using it. And when the battery goes dead, I'm like, oh, the battery's dead. I got to go recharge it. These, when they're on a schedule, you're just not paying any attention to it. So if it has to go back and recharge, it doesn't seem like that big a deal. So thanks for Devin. Thanks for using the website. I do appreciate it. That really, really helps out. Thank you, Anderson. Yeah, I see. I don't know what those purple things are. The king. I'm new to live streaming, so I don't know what all those different things mean. I apologize, Andrea Anderson. I don't know what the kings the purple hats mean. We love the long videos. Okay, I get nervous about them, but Jawar, I've been seeing up on the P50 Pro Ultra and was wondering. Okay, this is Jeff. I've been seeing up on the P50 Ultra and was wondering if the robot will skip rooms on its own if a door is closed. Yeah, it will. Or it will fault. No, it won't. No, if a door is closed, it'll sense it and it just goes on. It doesn't like fault. And even during if a room was closed and then it gets opened that didn't get mapped, it'll show that on the map. These things are pretty smart. Hope that helps, Jeff. Okay, so S200. Do most mid-range robots have multi-floor? Yes. The ones I'm recommending all have multi-floor vacuuming. The ones that don't, Shark. Yeah, Shark doesn't. What's the manufacturer's? The P10 Pro Ultra says they have a 3-year warranty. I've not had to use it, but they stated in big bold letters, like, let's go to my website. It's my number one pick. So if you click on the link, it takes you right to Amazon to the P10 Pro. See right there in big letters, 3-year warranty. So I haven't had to use it, but they're the only ones that give you 3 years. Mova P10 Pro versus Roborock Edge S5A. I feel like I've answered this. I would get the Edge over that, maybe. P50 Ultra or Roborock Curve S5X. Price is similar. I would get the Mova P50. The Curve it's curved. It's got a little bit neater design if you want that look in your house. But the P50, yeah, it's got a camera on the front. So if you don't want the camera, then maybe get the Curve S5X. How does the Mova P50 Ultra do around electrical cables? It does really good. Does the robot run them over? Well, no robot is perfect, especially with cables on the ground. Some do better than others. They all run them over eventually sometimes. But the Mova P50 does pretty good. Do you think UV lights are worth more money? Emmy, I'm not sure what the UV lights are. Are they starting to put those in the docks? I haven't heard anything about that. Sorry. Does the S7 Pro Tentacle still have the Ultra mode today? I don't think they put it on the S7. No, it's got an Ultra mode, but it doesn't do that thing to the water. Looking for the best vacuuming robot with very little mopping because I have hardwood floors. Any suggestions? Well, the Mova P10 Pro. Again, if you're new to robot vacuum cleaners, they sell all kinds of robots that have mop pads and vacuum and everything, but it has, in my opinion, a mopping robot should have a carpet sensor. It should be able to raise and lower the mop pads. It should have LiDAR navigation. It should have a good app. This has good suction power. It has a base station that washes the mop pads, but again, you're not asking for something that does a lot of mopping, but these are just so hard to pass up. They do a great job. The Mova P10 Pro. Eric, I hope, Eric, that helps. Let me know, Eric, if that's the right, if you're looking. Mova dropped the price. Great. I paid $15.99. Get a refund. I've done that before. And they are only allowed to give like $150. They're not allowed to like give you the full amount. So one time I sent one back. I think it was the V50 or something. I don't know, I forget. But I sent one back and then ordered it cheaper because I saved like $500. Thank you. I was really worried about having to get another robot because of that multi-floor mopping. No, most of the ones I'm recommending all do multi-floor. What is, okay, Oka, what is the actual vacuum you, well, if it's a robot vacuum cleaner, unfortunately, I do take these all home. So right now the Curve X is at home, but my vacuum cleaner, that's like on my website, I got a list vacuum cleaners. And that's the one I use at home. This thing's hard to beat. Now they do have a cheaper version, the Power Detect Auto Empty. It's cordless. It cleans my whole house. It goes right from hardwood floors to carpet. Super easy. You can get the Power Detect Pet Plus, model number IP3253. It's on my website, on Amazon for $400. Now they do have, here's the corded one I use. I have this one too. And when we want to deep clean, I get this sucker out. It deep cleans. This is the Shark again, Power Detect Upright Vacuum AZ4002, $449. Again, it's on my website. Up at the top, there's a section for vacuum cleaners. Trying to pick between the L60s, very old. It's reliable. It's just got low suction, but it does have LiDAR. I wouldn't get the Tapo. Any thoughts? Planning to ditch the mop only. Well, the Eufy L60 is, I would just get the, yeah, what the L60 is like $250. I'd probably just get the Roborock or the Dreame D20 instead. Pay a little bit more. You'll get a better cleaning experience with that Dreame D20 instead of the L60, Carissa. Ashley Griggs, what is your absolute favorite without price? Well, the absolute favorite without price is the Mova V50. The P50 is good, but the V50 is even better. Car information channel. Can you still get the version with the Ultra? Yeah, I think you can on the S7 Pro. I haven't done the S7 Pro for a while. Ashley, what would you recommend, a new Roborock or Mova? Roborocks and Movas, they have a lot of the same features. With the Mova, you tend to get a little bit more features for a cheaper price. Now, I don't think they're made any cheaper. It just seems like they're kind of trying to compete. Roborock's the #1 best selling, so they typically, their prices seem to be, for their features, seem to be about 10 to 20% more than what you can get on a Dreame or a Mova. So I typically buy, I tend to recommend these a little bit more than the Roborox. But both are great companies. Someone in the comments recommended S5V to save $100 compared to the Edge. You lose a lot. The S5V, you go back to cold water mop washing. You don't get a dirt detection sensor. You lose the side brush that goes into the corner. It has the same brush roller for pet hairs. I like this for $100. You could save a little bit of money. Yeah, but I like that Edge is is really good. I adore my new V50. Awesome, lady. We named it Smithers. I forget to name these things. That's a thing. Smithers. That's funny. Do you donate Tinico vacuums? I have a car channel. Is it still available on in your state? With I'm not sure. Are they doing away with this electrolyzed water thing? It seems awkward to me. Are you still reviewing? Well, I just did a few coffee makers. Keurig just released a new one, the Crema. They're trying to compete with I'm not doing coffee makers as much anymore. I sure went down that rabbit hole. I kind of ran out of coffee makers, and I had to keep it simple. I started to get into the fancier coffee makers, and I don't understand that world. That world with the big espresso machines and that, I could review them, and I was getting a lot of hate on those because I typically don't know what I'm doing sometimes. It was fun doing regular coffee makers, and then I stopped having fun with the real more expensive espresso machines because I don't know. I just couldn't review those. I have fun on the old, and they just don't release new coffee makers that often. Now they do, but once you kind of get out of it, it's hard to get back into it. So, but I do still sell my coffee, and you can find it on my website. Buy my coffee, Just a Dad Coffee. It's available in the K-cup form, or whole bean, or the ground coffee. So ask. Sorry, I'm not doing coffee makers anymore. When the real popular ones come up, I do. I wouldn't be here where I am today without Keurig, doing reviews on Keurigs, because okay. What do you like? Okay, ooh, they're really coming in quick. Why do you like Mova? I don't like the Mova P10. I mean, it comes with a 3-year warranty. Maybe that's why. It was available at Walmart. The Dreame L40 wasn't available. You know, it's a great question. The L40 price was too chaotic for me. The Mova P10 Pro was like $600 full price, and when it was on sale, it was $400. Now it's $450, and it was on sale more often. I got a little mad at Dreame because the Dreame L40 would be $1,000, and then one day it would be $500, $450. So while they're the same robot, the price was just too chaotic for me. If I'm being perfectly honest. How do you do over rugs? Who just came out with one that does? I think somebody just came out with fringes. I forgot. In the map, you can put a rug, and you can you can put fringes on the rug. Was it Narwhal or Dreame? Oh, I think it was Dreame or Mova. I think it was Dreame. The Dreame Aqua 10 came out with fringes. I have the Roborock Cuvo Pro. I use it twice daily. Awesome when it works. Ooh, German Shepherds. It leaves clumps. Q Revo Pro. That's an older one. They've got newer ones out now that might help with that. The new Roborocks have this split brush roller design. Your old one, that Pro, doesn't have this. This is split in the middle, so the long hairs are not going to wrap around and clump up. These are fluted. They're going to be directed to the long hairs. Are going to be directed to the middle. It's open. They get sucked in. And from other pet owners, that have a really struggle with long hair, they love this Roborock design. So Dreame does something a little different. Dreame and Mova are doing the split or the dual brush roller design that's open on one end. So this is open on one end, and the long hairs won't wrap around, but this I do get clumping with lots of dog hair. And this, you got to make sure that door's on right. It doesn't always go on right. Yeah. Cat litter. What is the best fine grain litter on concrete floor? Ooh. Ryan Phillip. That's a tough question. Fine grain kitty litter on concrete floors. Mova P10 Pro. Yeah, Mova P10 Pro. I do believe it. I like, for vacuuming concrete floors, I'm not sure the 2 brush roller is good. I would like a single brush roller to kind of make sure the suction's in one area. Which vacuum is the S7 series do you recommend? The S7 series, none of them actually. I'm recommending the S5, or no, the Mova X4 is what I'm recommending instead of the Tinico. And you can find that on my website also. Under wet, dry floor mops, there's the Tinicos. My number one is the Mova X4. This thing works awesome. And I'm not just saying that either. And it's on sale for $379. It shoots hot water. It shoots actual hot water out the front. It heats up quick. I'm also torn. I have several Eufy, but one I did beta test died. I am in use S1 Pro. I don't like the Ecovacs X11 or 9 and so. Mop rollers are on hold for me. They're just Gen 1. Narwhal, I've had problems with. Mova's not the best. Dreame, Aqua Tin, I've had a problem with it too. Oh, the Philips, I saw the super automatic, yeah. Now those I could do because you just press buttons, but when it came to tamping and all the pressures and all of that, I wasn't having fun anymore. So, but boy, those super automatics were getting expensive. They're as expensive as these things. Would you say it's expensive to maintain a robot? Yeah. You're going to spend, that's a great question. And I need to do a typical cost. I need to write that down. I don't know the exact answer. A typical cost for a robot vacuum cleaner, dust bags every couple months. They're not super expensive, but mop pads every couple months. Side brushes, brush. Average probably $30 a month, maybe on the high side. I did some reviews on the Costco Roborocks. They've got, be careful, they've got one that's old. They've got one that's really good. Costco, the QX. No, that's the old one. You're going to get a great return policy, but that is a super old robot. The Max V is an older robot. The QX Revo. Arc? That's a new one. They just came out with that. I had a different one. Oh, that looks like a good one. Sorry. Okay. Can you notice significant difference in the clean between the Mova P10 Pro? Now, that suction power thing's hard to tell a huge difference. If one has lower suction, maybe you've got to maybe put it on the schedule one more time during the week or something. It's hard to tell. Can you tell more on how the narwhal flow is not on the list? No, it's getting stuck on black carpet, and then it just dies. Like you got to go grab it and take it to the dock. And what else? Yeah, the dirty water tank. I'm not super. You can't access it, so I think that's going to be a problem. I feel like I'm talking. Oh yeah, not necessarily. I'm just a dad. I'm not a celebrity. I just started researching these vacuum mop robots. All right, you hit the right spot. JustADadApproved.com. Scroll down. You can see my number one pick, Mova P10 Pro, and it's on sale right now on Amazon Prime Day, big deal days. But that's very kind of you, Nivinzel. Daniel, what is the best overall? Mova V50. I just did a video on it. It's kind of expensive. It's $1,000. The Mova P10 Pro is $450. Does this clean twice as good as this? No. But this is super nice. If money's no issue, would you choose? No. Stuck between Dreame L40 out, pets in the house. If you have, okay, so either one of those, you're going to want to upgrade to the tri-cut brush. They both come with a standard brush roller, which isn't very good, but the tri-cut brush is $50. It's got these little knives that as the long hairs wrap around, the knife is going to cut them. And it does a good job. So if you have pets, upgrade to the Mova or the Dreame tri-cut. Each one of them, they sell their own, but they're the same. Yeah, the P10 Pro. Yeah, the P10 Pro and the P10 Ultra. I forget the exact differences. There's enough difference to where I would recommend the P10 Pro. It doesn't have the side brush that reaches. It doesn't have a camera. I think it did cold water mop washing, and I don't think it had the dirt detection sensor. So, in my opinion, those are worth. The P10 Pro is worth the upgrade. What about L40S? Oh, yeah, that's okay, but it's price. The L40S. The L40S. Where did it fall in? Ooh boy, a lot of questions coming in. Thinking about the Mova P. How are the cameras concerned? So I get that, Raymond. So the same one without, get the S5V. The Roborock S5V doesn't have a camera. Or no, get the Dreame L10S Gen 2. I think it's on, yeah, L10S. There it is. It's my number 11 pick. So this is a great one on sale right now. Again, go to my website, justadadapproved.com. Scroll down, you'll see it's on sale for $400. It's cheaper than the Mova P10 Pro, which it should be because it doesn't have a camera. What do you think about Pascal's PA for robot? Yeah, it's hard to judge the Pascals. Roborock or Dreame, I'd get the Dreame L10S over the Roborock Q10 S5. Worried about privacy? Well, then if you're worried about privacy, then get this one. The Dreame Gen 2. Nicole, I'm torn between. I would not get the Eufy X10 Pro Omni or the Shark Power. I wouldn't get either one. Nope, they're both old and they're both not very good. So the Eufy X10 Pro Omni is $600. I would get any of the. I would get the Mova P10 Pro before I'd get the Eufy X10 Pro. This is a far superior robot for $650. The Edge S5A, but the Shark has an old app. It struggles. It washes with cold water. The mop pads raise and lower. It's got an internal water tank, keeps them wet. It's got a carpet sensor, raises and lowers them. It's got a LiDAR navigation. It's got good obstacle avoidance. The Shark doesn't have very good obstacle avoidance. It has LiDAR navigation, but it has an older app. Eufy's got a better app, but that X10 Pro Omni doesn't. One of the mop pads extends up against the wall, which is really nice, and the side brush extends into the corner. The X10 Pro Omni doesn't do either one of those. Again, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. Oh boy. So I hope that helped, Nicole. Omar, I'm back again. Please tell me which one's better. I would get the Dreame L10S Gen 2, Omar. Thanks for the video of the Ninja Coffee. That Ninja coffee maker is amazing because I could use it. I did a video comparing it to the Breville Barista. That Breville Barista takes way too much effort. The Ninja, well, if you're talking about the espresso machine, but yeah, the Ninja makes coffee. I don't know. When you make videos about the Tinico, do you do it through a testing program or no? I buy them. I haven't had any Tinico sent to me for free. A robot vacuum mop yearly costs are less than paying someone. Yep, I agree with that. Functional doc. Car, and if you can, are you about to show me? No, they're S1. It's not here. Best high-end vac mop combo for laminate and ceramic tile. I need to do some more testing on ceramic tile. I'm also considering getting one in my classroom. Well, a high-end one is the Mova V50 that I absolutely love. I think you would love it too. And if you're in the classroom, you could turn the camera off so it wasn't taking pictures. In the app, you can turn the camera off because it will be bumping into a lot of things. Unless you're running it at night, then no one's there. And again, just check out my website, justadadapproved.com. You can see there's my website. I developed it myself. It's pretty basic looking, but it's got the information and the links. Again, if you click on a link on my website, it's going to take you to Amazon. I am an affiliate with Amazon. I do buy these products with my own money, but the way I earn money is using affiliate links. So if you click on that, it takes you to Amazon. You don't pay more for the product, but I get a small commission from the sale. The commission doesn't pay out for 60 days. So if I recommend bad products and you return them, I'm not going to get a commission. Hope that helped, Tanya Ab. Summit, been thinking about QV35A. That's a very basic one since you last recommended on. I did. It's $400. It's the cheapest Roborock Q Revo you can buy. If you don't want to, I mean, if you want to get a Roborock, that's the cheapest Roborock I recommend. But the Mova P10 Pro is better than that QV35A. This base station washes with hot water. This extends a mop pad out to the side. It has a side brush that reaches. It's got an onboard camera. Both of them have LiDAR navigation, and both of them have a good app. The Mova P10 Pro also has a dirt detection sensor. So when it goes back to the base station, washes the mop pads, sucks the water up into the dirty water tank. If the water's dirtier than normal, the base station tells the robot, go back and remop where you just came from. That QV, they took that out. They don't have that on the QV. So again, Summit, just go to my website, justadadapproved.com. You can see it's my #1 pick there, and it's also my #1 pick right there, Mova P10 Pro. 2 links, and it's on sale right now. We don't see this sale very often. Do you like? No, I don't. Ecovacs, I've tried and tried. I've bought several of them. The T30 is okay, but it's old, noisy. Just not a big fan of Ecovacs. What's the key difference between the P10 and the P10 P50? Ashley Griggs. Suction power is going to be higher on the P50. The P50 can leave its mop pads back at the base station. I mean, there's no reason. The T30 was strong. Yeah, I mean, the T30 is okay, but when you own these, you realize it's not that good. It's loud, for one thing. No, the Eufy E25. I'm sorry, Rivalist, RV-list. The E25 is $650. The Roborock Edge S5A is a better robot. I've had issues with my E25. I feel like it's just a skip. They've had problems with it. They had to issue a new dirty water tank for everybody that had the first gen, and they did an update to decrease the water flow on it. Okay, I'm glad they're sending you a new water tank. That's good. The Eufy went back within the 30 days because the streaking on the floor. Oh, good to know. Thanks, Hunter. I bought the MOBA feeds. All right. I hope the V50 works for you. Love my S10Q5 Plus, but kind of disappointed there's no extended side brush. Yeah. But that's kind of their cheaper version. Nicole, so I want something below $500 with a mop that is on sale. No, so Nicole, the X10 Pro Omni is heavily marketed. You're going to see a lot of people buy it. It's old. Well, it does an okay job. You're not going to have a bad user experience with it. There's just better robots that do a little bit better job of cleaning. And that would be under Nicole, under $500. Yeah, it's the MOVA P10 Pro. The S5V, it's okay, but the MOVA P10 Pro is better. Is the flash dry S7? Yeah, the flash dry works very good on that. That's a great idea for classroom. I need one for mine. Best for pets. Sorry, I haven't missed. Yeah, that's okay, Tara. So best for pets. Are you wanting vacuum and mop? The MOVA P10 Pro does good with maybe just one pet. The Roborock Q Revo Edge has the split brush dual design, which is really, I'm hearing a lot from other pet owners. They are falling in love with this design for a pet hair. It has a split brush dual roller design that the long hairs won't wrap around. They'll be directed to the middle where they get sucked in. And a lot of pet owners are loving this. That's the S5A. The S5V has the same brush roller for pets, but you don't have some of the features. So if you want to save a little bit of money, that's good. The MOVAs do a little different. They got the dual brush roller design. The MOVA P10, any streaking with mopping? I haven't seen any streaking. Yes, you can definitely choose the direction of the mop. Yeah, definitely want to show the direction of the floor and mop with the direction. Does Roborock Edge S5A has dirt detection? Nope. The S5, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I was thinking the S5V. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. My links are only for American, not Canada, correct? Yeah. I think if you click on my link, though, it might take you to the Canadian website, and I still get a commission, I think. I don't know how all of it works. I do get some Canadian commissions on my affiliate program. I'll see a little section where this is where some Canadian products were purchased. I don't know exactly how it works. What do you think? Daniel, I know that the E25 is a pass for me. The Edge is 600. The Roborock Edge S5A, which is right here, in my opinion, is just a better robot vacuum cleaner. I don't know why, they removed the electrolyzing water. What's the scoop on the newest Shark thermal? Okay, ICT, Keith. I bought it, and I have it. I just got it. I unboxed it. I don't have big high hopes. It's probably going to be the same as the Never Touch with just hot water, but I don't know. I got to review it. It's still in the box. I don't have high hopes though, but I would have liked to seen a redesign and a new app. We'll see. Tara, yes. So I hope I helped. Yes. Tara, I hope I helped. I have 2 X-Temper I've had for a year. One is at the church, one is no too long hair. I would listen to him. Okay, thanks, Tanya Ab. Yep, X10 Pro Omni is not good for long hair, and she's had problems with it. What is the best value robot vacuum? Yes, it is. I've done the research. I listed every robot vacuum cleaner on sale, uh, of the ones I reviewed, even the ones I don't review or haven't or don't recommend. But um, this is just the best value. You can save a little bit of money with the Dreame L10S for $300. It's a little bit older. The suction power is not as good. The mop pads don't lift quite as high. I think it's worth spending this $450 price range. I can't tell you how good that is. We don't see that often. When this event's over, these jump back up to $600 probably, and sometimes more. This is a really good price point to jump. I mean, you can get a great robot. If you don't get one during this event, you'll have to wait probably till Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday and all of that. But you'll get less features for that same price. So again, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. On there, you can sign up for the email. So when these products do go on sale, like this morning, I sent an email out listing all the products that I love and are on sale. I don't just send out an email when they're on sale, not if there's something better. Any thoughts on the Roomba 705 Max Combo? I love talking about that, Michelle or Michael. I'm sorry. Any thoughts on the Roomba 705 Max Combo? Yeah, I bought 2 of them and I sent both of them back. It has a problem. The base station doesn't suck the water out into the dirty water tank. Both of them had the same problem. Roomba even called me. I even talked to their head engineer. I think they knew about it. There's supposedly an update coming. There's supposedly an update that should have been done that wasn't. I don't know. It's a big pass for me right now. I gave that a good try. I wanted to love it. And the first unit did work for me a few times, and it did a really good job. It lacks some features, which these newer robots are all way more advanced than that, but it was nice to see it working really well. What vacuum is the best for long? Okay, sorry, hold on. Thanks for the suggestion. Okay, Ultra. Best vacuum for pet hair. I mean, if you're just wanting to vacuum only, that's the D20. If you go to my website, justadadapproved.com, scroll down, you'll see it right there, the D20 Pro Plus right here, $309. S5D does not have the extended brush mop arm. Yep, I really like that. I have FOMO. I'm between the Mova P10 Pro or the S. I don't mind spending a little extra more. There's a significant difference, but the P10, it's hard to beat the P10 Pro I mean, it is. It's a great, who doesn't love to get a great deal? Both of them are good deals, but the P10 is a little bit better. So why is the robot so much better than the PX10? The S5V is going to be good with long hairs and pet hair because it has that split brush roller design like this. The app is better. It can extend one of the mop pads up against the wall. The X10 has better obstacle avoidance, but things are advancing. The X10 is an old design with lower suction power, and it lacks some of the features that these newer ones are getting. Oh boy, in the UK it's $800. Wow. I ordered the Mova X4. Awesome. I'm underwhelmed with water output. It's nearly. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice the water. I need to look at that closer. I was just so fascinated with the hot water being shot out. Maybe I overreacted with it. Why is there no? I don't know, Emmy. Bagless robot vacuum cleaners. Shark makes a bunch. They're just okay. But no one. Don't be too scared about buying a bag. I know I was thinking they weren't going to make them. And 2 years ago, there was some supply issues with different manufacturers. Oh, I can't find the bag. If you can't find the bag, It's kind of dead. But excuse me. They're making enough of these now, and they're carrying the bag over to the next model. So there's a bunch of models that have it now, and it seems like the bag is not an issue. And if you look on some forums, they're even making bagless things that go in here. I'm not sure about that. They're 3D printing things that go in here as a bag. I don't know if I'm sure it works. There's some really smart people out there. Dad reviews for more electronics. All right, I'll get on it, Summit. Okay, Rod Kramer, I just grabbed the. Awesome, thanks for using my my link. I really do appreciate it. It does help. Hey, Prime Day has been contemplating a robot bank. Saw your videos regarding Shark Navigator 30 and 60 day, but still not convinced. Which robot vac would you recommend? $300 price range? Right there. The Dreame L10S. My mother-in-law has it. I had to buy another one because I gave her my first one thinking they were going to discontinue this, but they didn't, and they just lowered the price on it, so I had to buy it again. It's got spinning mop pads, it vacuums, it's got a carpet sensor, it can lift the mop pads, the base station washes the mop pads, dries them when it's done. Nope, you can't beat the Dreame L10S for 300 bucks. Now, if you want just vacuum only, the D20 is what I'm recommending. So if you don't want mopping, even though this has a mop on it, just don't use the mop. The D20 Plus right here. So go to my website, justadadapproved.com. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I grabbed. Yeah. I love it. Awesome. Okay. The Shark AV black or the Shark white? Well, the black one's cheaper. The white one, I think, might have a HEPA filter on the side, and the black one doesn't. So maybe get the white. How about Dreame L40 Ultra for $750? The L40S, no. The MOVA P50 is a better robot than that one. I'm loving, awesome. I'm glad you're loving the MOVA V50 Ultra. You don't recommend for pet hair, need the mop option with the vac. So not really. If you're wanting something in that price range, which is like 650 bucks, the Edge S5A does great with pet hair. It's got this dual brush roller design, split in the middle. I'm sorry, the split dual divide, the dual divide, where, and I'm getting comments from other pet owners that absolutely love this. There's a split in the middle, and the long hairs don't wrap around the single brush roller. They're directed to the middle and they get sucked in. So this design's working very well for pet owners. And this does a better job of mopping. Okay, Javier, latest thoughts on the Max 7.5. I bought 2 units and I sent both of them back. Both of them had the exact same problem. I kept the last one for 3 weeks, hoping for this mysterious update that never happened. I reset it. The dock wouldn't drain the water, wouldn't suck the water out. It would just go into an air mode saying the dirty water was full down there. And it's just a disaster. And I think they know about this problem because in my videos, a lot of people say in the comments they're having the same problem. So big misstep in my opinion. I've looked at the Ecovacs. I just don't I saw some of the deals, but these are better robots than those. Edge have a dirty water detect. Edge, yes, the Edge S5A has dirty water detection. Yes. Yeah, Ecovacs has a bagless X1. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. It's super expensive, and I've just been so burned with Ecovacs. Like they're just underperforming. What I've learned is Ecovacs and Narwhal are typically tends to be a lot of hype. And then I get involved. I go and I'm like, oh, I'm seeing these are a lot of hype on them. I need to go get these. Well, the hype doesn't equate to it's a good product. So I get caught up in that frenzy thinking, oh, everybody's going to be buying this. I better get it so I can review it. And then it's like, oh, you see all kinds of reviews saying how good it is. and then you buy it and it's just underwhelming. That's what Ecovacs. EV Tech Live, looking at getting the Roborock Edge. It's awesome. Hoping it does. You're gonna love it. No, I mean, I know it's 13. Typically, it's more expensive. That's kind of why, for what you're getting. But it's going to be a great robot. Oh, it's probably on the other one. But no, this order isn't like best to like worst, first to last. These are all, I mean, these are all number ones, in my opinion. You know, when it comes down to price and I mean, none of these are bad, if that makes any sense. Carmen, I'm able to find the reviews on I've done the T50. Maybe not the Gen 2. I wasn't, the T50 had potential, but started off good, but then I took it to my house and it just was a train wreck, it seemed like. P50 Pros, yes, the P50 in Spain is a good deal. I don't know the euros though. For your Herbert, for your information, Walmart has, okay, here we go. Here it is again. Somebody is saying Walmart has holiday returns until January 31st. That's awesome. I don't know if Amazon has started that yet or not. I don't think so. Thank you for letting me know, Herbert. If Serge, if I were able to go step above the white shark, if you're able to go a step above, just get the you're gonna have a better experience with this. Just get the Dreame D20. That's the Pro, which I like it. It has a side brush that extends. Get the D20 Pro. It's $309. They sell a D20 that doesn't have the word Pro, and it's I forget. It's just under $300. So no, you'll thank me for that. But it's got a bag, which I don't think that's a big deal. Nathan, why is over? I don't know. I'm underwhelmed. My Narwhal Flow is getting stuck on black carpet. It's got a dirty water tank I can't access. It's getting stuck kind of all over. My Saros 10R navigates this place. It doesn't get stuck everywhere. So, thoughts on the Dreame L50? I have one. It's got the really good robotic feet, and it's got fixed LiDAR. Its price points, the Mova V50 is better. You're getting more features than what you are on the L50, but it's got the same robotic feet, same brush roller design. This is cheaper and a better robot. The detergent that came from the Mova doesn't have a clean. No. Yeah, I have. So, Aether, the detergent, I have a whole video on detergent that you can use. You search Just a Dad robot vacuum cleaner cleaning solution. I recommend the shark. Oh, and you'll love the smell. I'm all about smells too. And this shark vac mop smells really good. Now, not this one, but the multi-surface cleaner. This one, yeah, this smells really good. And you can use quite a bit of it. It doesn't kind of suds up. It just works really well. I've done a lot of testing with, and I put it in my clean water tank. I don't rely on the concentrated solution tank. I put it in every time I fill my clean water tank up, and it smells really, really good. The rotating mop pads are better than the self-cleaning rollers. Yeah, it seems like everyone's are going towards stuff. Yeah. Should I buy a 3-year warranty when buying? Well, how much is it? It probably wouldn't hurt if it's not too expensive. Hello to the chat and Just a Dad. Hey, Ty. I love my Narwhal Frio Z Ultra. That is a good robot. It's a solid product. I agree with that. I have it. I had it in my house. It's $750. That's a pretty good price. It almost made the list. I think The Mova P50, it's not quite as good. Maybe it is. The Frio Z doesn't extend the side mop or the side brush, but man, no robot mop's better than a narwhal with the remop. They can remop up to 4 times. Amazon is just 30 days. I checked. Okay, thanks, Herbert. Thanks. So yeah, we're still at the 30 day on Amazon, and that is hard. Once you're past that 30 days, they send you right to the Dreame or the mobile site, and they're not going to give you your money back. This is going way longer than I thought. 2 hours. Whew. Just ordered the Movid P10 Pro. Awesome. Thanks for using my link, Ronald. I do appreciate it. Ecovacs like a lot. Some quirks with some AIs. I know. Ecovacs has too many AI settings. Jeff, do the robots map the space better over time and get? Yeah, they do. I don't know if they get more efficient, but they do map. They do kind of make the map better, especially if a door was closed or something. But I don't know if they get more efficient. This whole AI, they both have like Clean Genius, and this has, I forget what they use, how it cleans your house. It's kind of a big mystery. They don't tell us anything. Summit, would you recommend spending $150 more on the P10 Pro than the Dreame L? Yeah, I would. It's got enough feature. This is tempting, but this is better. You for $150 more, you get more suction power. You get a side brush that extends into the corner. You get a mop pad that extends. It raises the mop pads taller. The water tanks are bigger. It washes with hot water. That's enough features. I would upgrade. Roborock QV35S. That's a very budget Dreame L. Ooh, I would get the Gen 2. Made by. I would get the Gen 2. Thanks for answering my question. Just ordered the Edge. Awesome. Thank you for doing that. I do appreciate it. I'm glad I came across you. Awesome. Glad to help. Glad to help. EV and Tech Life. Better return policies at Walmart and Amazon, though. Yeah. At Walmart. Yeah. Than Amazon. I have the original Roborock Q Revo, and it doesn't get under my cabinets. No, it's kind of tall. Emmy, what is it with some robots missing a hump of debris right after the? Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. That seems to be a Dreame and mainly a Dreame thing. As soon as they turn a corner, they just kind of come out a little bit. Roborock doesn't seem to do that. Tracy, thanks. Ty, how much of Shark Facts? So I call it the dabs. So just take the bottle and go dab, dab. Sorry, I can't be more accurate. But if you start using too much, it'll start sudsing and just kind of back it off a little bit. Glad to help. I'm glad I like the laughing emoji. Thanks for bearing with me. If it was my wife, she would want to know how many, like, she would not be okay with the dabs. She would be like, I need the ounces. Oh, I think I got to go. 8:41. Wow. So, day 2 coming. E25. Oh, definitely Roborock Edge. I would not get the E25. I would definitely get the Roborock Edge S5A. The best channel out. Real awesome. Daniels, are some maybe slimmer? Yes. And better. No. On a tight budget, maybe get the Eufy C20 if you have a small place. It's $350. It's kind of smaller. It can get under your cabinets. Oh, this was fun. Awesome. I'm glad you had fun. Okay. Mova P10, P50, or Roborock Edge. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, I get stumped. Even I get stumped. Probably the Roborock Edge. Now, not the Edge S5A. They make an Edge like the original Edge has got a lot more advanced features. It's got chassis lift. It's got a camera. So it was a hard decision, but I'll get the P10 Pro instead of the Edge S5A. All look awesome. Thanks for Navizzle. Thanks. Awesome. I love what I do. I do. Thanks for your time. Edge S5A or S5E? Edge S5A for sure. Why is clean so expensive? It's basically, yeah, I agree. I just ordered the Mova P10 Pro tri-cut brushed. Awesome. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you. I do have to get going too. I thought I was going to do this like an hour, but it's been very, very helpful. I hope I've been helpful. I have a lot of information in my head. I just love helping. That's the whole reason behind my videos, is to help people. So I just love what I do. I love helping. I love that I dived into robot vacuum cleaners and I'm figuring this mystery out. It's just, there's nothing more satisfying than not knowing something and then figuring it out and then sharing it with others. So again, I do appreciate everybody. Again, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. Sign up for the email. Everybody, I do appreciate it. Awesome. Thanks, Abe. I think you're going to allowed to use my link. I do appreciate it. I got to go. I'm hoarse and I had a lot of fun. We're going to do more of these though. I had a lot of fun. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe last minute deals.